Gather round, we got no gods to please. Saturday night, no sermons, just ease. Discussions flow like midnight breeze. No prophets here, just minds to tease. We talk big bangs and evolution, question faith with our solution. Stars align in our confusion, breaking free from old illusion. Join the fun, no need for trust. Dust to dust, we're stardust. No heaven high or hell to fear. Saturday night, we hold it dear. Fun and laugh at myth believers. Here we're all truth seekers. Open hearts and swift deceivers. Make your stand, no hidden levers. Raise your glass to reason's thrill. No ancient text, it's our own will. Debate till dawn, feel golden chill. Saturday night, we've got the skill. Echoes of a godless choir, like the world that sparked the fire. Free thought mindset to inspire. No holy walls to take us higher. Join the fun, no need for trust. Dust to dust, we're stardust. No heaven high or hell to fear. Saturday night, we hold it dear. Join the fun, no need for trust. Dust to dust, we're stardust. No heaven high or hell to fear. Saturday night, we hold it dear. Join the fun, no need for trust. Dust to dust, we're stardust. No heaven high or hell to fear. Saturday night, we hold it dear. Fun and laugh at myth believers. Here we're all truth seekers.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Saturday Night at the Atheist. Before anybody asks, I did hear from Simos before the show. He is in hospital. He's been having some problems, but we wish him all the best. He's alive and well, and well as can be. He hopes to join us soon. These things happen. I don't want to speak for him, but we know he's had some issues in the past, and hey, I hope you're feeling good, Simos. I hope the doctors are taking good care of you and all that kind of good stuff. And we, of course, wish you all the well. Hello, gentlemen.
What?
Hello.
Good evening.
Hello. So we've got everybody else here. Scott's going to hang out with us for a while, and so is Brainless, and Mike just might hang out with us for a while too. So that's always good. We've almost got a full crew minus Simos. We hope to have Simos back soon, and then everything will be all right with the world again.
No, Dave.
And Dave's kind of
Trump
here.
will still be Trump will still be president, so not all will be right with the world. Sorry.
Yeah, but we've managed to get through almost a year already. So, woohoo! There's a year down. So,
Woohoo!
And Tilting Windmill is kicking us off with 10 captive desk memberships, and I appreciate that, Tilting Windmill. And they go out to Lurley, Ryan, Spooky Bed Hair, Leophilius, Savage Minnow, Jason Jacoby, Native Atheist, Rainbow Ash, and Rochelle, always extra special. And the final one goes to Real Baxter Carbide. And thank you. Merry Christmas to you as well. I know you were busy last week and you said you're going to be busy. That's understandable this time of the year. Not everybody can get together on the same day, and there's different parts of the family. Been there, done that, know all about it. So if you're here, if not, I hope you catch up later, and we will see you next time. All right. So for those that are here and not here, and are going to be here and not going to be here, happy holidays. So with that, I would like to say hello to everybody. Oh, wait a minute. We have a brand new song. We're going to try out the brand new song. So let's try out the new Bigfoot song for Tilting Windmill. Here we go.
Bigfoot stomps. Yeah. Bigfoot stomps. Through the dark, through the swamp, he says you rock, he says you roll. Bigfoot stomps on your soul. Bigfoot stomps on your soul.
He looks like you, Dave.
Yeah.
Damn, that's good. Did you?
No, the
at any point-
expression.
Okay.
How did it do that?
Did at any point in this prompt did you add anything Rammstein or something like that? Because
No, I didn't.
that
I
was
just
nice,
I just
Rammstein.
told to thrash it out, but we'll take the Rammstein. Yeah, no problem. I heard him talking about him the other day. Very popular group. Thank you, Tilting Windmill. You know you rock, but I'm going to tell you anyways. You rock. Thanks for supporting the channel. And with that, Tilting Windmill is here. Jason Jacoby is here. Quasar's here. Jasper's here. We have the weirdo, CKA Evan. I forgot who gifted me a membership last week, and I wasn't able to make it at all at that time, but thanks to whoever it was. Hey, well, you're welcome.
That was probably
That on the screen. Yeah, whoever was gifting memberships last week, thank you very much.
Yeah.
The weirdo appreciates it. We have Jacqueline here. We have Detroit Atheist Queen. Hello, Kelly. We have Handel, who is pissed, but eagerly awaiting.
Why is Handel so mad?
Well, I don't know. We'll see if we can gift you along the way. So you
He's
can always gift
really angry.
You can always gift yourself too. You know, click that join button down below, or if you'd like to gift, hit the $sign over on the right side or the left side, depending on how you're looking at it, under the chat, and give somebody or yourself a membership. And also be sure to check out the description, where we've got all the great panelists. And we have Bree's channel, Joe's channel, and the Ember's Support Me, and as well as the video that we are premiering. So they're all below in the description. Let's see if we got everybody. I think so. Scott, yes, we saw Scott somewhere around here.
I'm still here.
You're still here, and that looks like everybody. All right. Didn't forget, but better late than never is Demon snuck in there. And,
Dorby, yeah. Oh yeah.
let's see. Okay, I think that's the end of them. If I missed you, I am sorry. And welcome to Saturday Night at the Atheists. And what's good with everybody? Everybody behaving themselves?
No.
Yeah, I'm kind of behaving.
I'll just go ahead and say yes.
Yeah, might as well.
Well, it's up for dispute.
Don't give away too many secrets, right?
Yeah.
Well, as usual, we've got a terrible apologist who didn't stay awake in science class or much of theology class either, as I'm finding out. These creationists, one thing they know less than science is, it seems to be, the Bible. So I don't know what they're promoting, but you know. Go ahead,
bigotry.
Brainless.
Is it bigotry that they're promoting?
Could be.
Like
rampant ignorance, laziness. You know what? It used to give people a fair shake back in the day. Say, well, they just don't know any better. Their mama don't run them to the library like mine did. But today we have the internet, and if you can't look stuff up, you're really
you've got a library. Yeah, you got a library in your pocket. Like, everybody has a library in this pocket.
With most of these lower tier speakers that we look at, I picture that they have these wide ruled notebooks that they take to these Ken Ham or Kent Hovind conferences, and they use very light yellow crayon to take notes in, and then they really can't read it because of the color of the crayon, so they just shit up.
No. You're mistaking something. Like, they did bring crayon, but they were writing with light yellow pencil. Crayons was from munching on.
Gotta have a snack. Hello, Ryan. I just saw somebody gifted you a membership, so enjoy that membership. Tilting gave out some memberships already, so
awesome.
And as always, there you go. Use those emojis, spam up the chat. I don't mind. Over here, we don't mind if you use the emojis, and we don't mind if you use the link I gave you or the wrench I gave you to post your own links. So if you got anything going on, if you've seen anything good, if you recommend something, whatever, post it in the chat for other folks, and we really appreciate it.
Well, let me immediately do that, because tomorrow the commander, aka the Deep State Annex, is doing a live stream.
All right, she's back.
UFO conspiracies debunked live.
Cool. Well, check out Commander, and please put the link in the side chat.
There might be a chance that I'm there. Might be a small chance.
Okay. Well, either way, put the link so people can find it, and well, we always appreciate that, and that's how the internet works. We help each other out. We let each other know what to watch and what not to watch. So if we told you not to watch it and you wasted the time watching it, well, it's your fault.
Well, I've got a link you shouldn't click, but I'm not going to post that in yours. I'm not going to mess up your stuff with that. That's for Slim Streams. And like I say, I search far and wide looking for these people that don't know any science and don't know any theology to talk about science and theology, because we really appreciate when they do that. And the fewer views, the better. The fewer subs, the better. And this is not in any way a dig at this person. This is letting this person know that maybe pay attention to us and you'll make some better videos. Because we do enjoy reviewing the videos, good or bad. And it is constructive criticism. It's nothing personal, so don't take it that way. What up, Skeptic Philosophy? Good to see you. Hey, Skeptic.
So, people dropping emojis. Sweet. An interview I did with the World Health Network just came out yesterday. A good deal.
Well, where's the link to that?
They don't have a wrench, and I don't know them. And then, does anybody vouch for them?
Who was that?
We'll take a chance. Mind you, I give out wrenches for links and everything. Please don't play moderator on my channel unless it's absolutely necessary. We don't get very many people that bother us.
This guy coming up, he was saved before the age of 4.
Yeah, I'm sure he was.
Wow. That's impressive.
Weirdo, you've got a wrench, so please post that link. And like I said, people who have a wrench, post links. We really don't have much of a need for moderation here. We've had a few people have blown through, but we haven't had too many problems. So we try to have a good time here, and if people aren't having a good time, they can go somewhere else, I don't care. Let me see. Let me refresh this. Get caught up. Live chat, because YouTube makes you hit all these things before you get going. And there it is. All right, Tilting Windmills got it, is on it. And we've got Strigata started reading in The God Delusion today. Hey, that's a good book. Enjoy. Some people have some criticisms about it, but what book doesn't? So, but enjoy it. Yeah, we've got everybody in house tonight except Simos, and as I mentioned earlier, Simos did mention he's alive and well as can be for being in hospital, and that's why he hasn't been with us. But we do wish Simos all the best, and we hope he will be back with us soon, and he will be doing his own show soon. So just for those of you wondering where Simos has been, he's having the doctors take care of him, like yours truly has been having the doctors take care of me. I'm going to see a couple of doctors this week. So one's going to fix my tooth, and the other one's going to look at my noggin and give me some drugs and all that kind of good stuff. So we're hoping that it's doing good, but I have to read some parts twice, but that's only due to my IQ. Hey, I feel you. There's nothing wrong with Rover reading things. There's a link for the World Health. There's Commander. We had Commander celebrating a birthday. We've got a birthday this week to celebrate too, so we'll see if they stop by. And we'll wish them happy birthday as well. And I also worked on the new Bigfoot. I had one little boob on the Bigfoot. I couldn't quite blend the one part just perfect, but the rest of it wasn't too bad, and so I let it go. It's better than the other. The other one's kind of jumpy. I did that one when I was ill, and I wasn't very happy with it. So we made a new one, and hopefully everybody enjoys the new one. So you already know what we're going to talk about, because we usually talk about the same types of things, just different people and a different point of view. So we'll see what this guy was thinking about while he was sleeping during science and theology class. And even though he thinks he knows it all, I don't think he does, but I'll let you be the judge of that. So let's click the thing, and here we go.
Hey, Sid Manazebo. I don't know if that's the pronunciation, but it's...
He's replying to somebody, in case you didn't catch that. It's at Sid somebody, whatever. He apparently took to responding to some comments, which I always appreciate that he's reading comments. So, good on you. That's as much as I'm going to give you for now, but we shall see how much of it you read and how much of it you comprehended.
Looks like it would be Sid Manazebo. You were asking me questions about the Bible. Is there any evidence for it? And are the claims just faith-based claims? And I would say they're both faith-based and evidence-based claims.
Okay. Well, then you might as well say you have evidence for every claim in the Bible, which I very much doubt. But this goes to the title I stuck on here, where the Bible is always right or it's wrong. It depends who reads it, depends what's being read, depends if it's literal or not, depends if it's poetic or not, depends if it's a metaphor or not, whatever. He apparently has it both ways and likes it both ways, that the Bible is absolutely true. You're just reading it wrong if you don't have it right. And I've heard that a lot. I'm sure everybody has.
One of the reasons I'm making a video is because I have a lot of history with Gestapo Tube deleting my responses.
Yeah, and he talks about this deleting things a lot. There are reasons things are deleted, but most are not deleted. So I think you're just clicking the wrong button. And you like to blame YouTube for deleting your comments. Sometimes they do. Sometimes you use the wrong words. Sometimes you didn't click on the button that shows newest, latest, whatever that button is, things like this. But he does have a problem with YouTube, although he uses YouTube. And, if your posts aren't coming through or your comments aren't coming through, then you should complain to YouTube and find out why, rather than making things up. Yes.
Also, now, is he a preacher, like a pastor or something? Does he get up and sermonize? Do we know that?
I'm not sure. I went looking around a little bit, but mostly he seems to have a chip on his shoulder over most things.
Because preachers tend to get very self-righteous and entitled to say what they want to say. And
no shit.
He could just be saying some bad stuff that gets his video taken down.
Mm-hmm. And hello, Robin. Hello, Strigata. I don't know what language that is, but hello. And
is Strigata like a vampire? Because there was a
I don't know.
Maybe
there was a series.
No, I think I figured out what language that is. I don't know why I figured that out.
And Ed's here also. Hello, Ed.
Hey, Ed.
Yeah, I'm not really sure if he is or not. I would venture to say he is because of who he is and how loud he is and everything. And the reason he's always walking around by this church that seems to be in his neighborhood or where he parks to walk around. I will give it to him. He has lost weight. Seems to be from exercising and stuff. So good on you. You need to fix your hair, but otherwise, I have a problem with hair, and I'm not going to say anything because mine looks like hell right now. So, but yeah, that was my only comment. That seems that he walks around the same area a lot. So possible that he's walking. A pastor. Yeah,
at least he's walking.
I think he dropped like 50 pounds
that's more
or
than
something.
I'm doing. I'm sitting on my ass. Not when I'm working, of course, but
Bree's roommate, Dr. Is it Ben? Dr. Ben? Said just adding little steps to your routine is the best thing you can do. If you can't walk everywhere, just walk somewhere. Park a little farther away. Stuff like that. Take a few extra steps. Not everybody's got it that they can hang out at the gym all day. But if you can take a few extra steps, if you can, sweep your house, rake your yard, things like that, they do burn a lot of calories, and they are good for you. So good on anybody that's trying. We'll say that.
People will say, well, why don't you respond? Why can't you back up what you claim? And they don't understand that I've written 10 times and Gestapo Tube has deleted it every time.
Well, here's an idea. If they delete it one time and you don't get a response back and you can't figure out what's going on, and you try it again and it gets deleted again, or apparently is deleted again, just make a video like you're doing right now and say, hey, to whoever responded to me, my comments aren't coming up, so here's a video. And then if the video gets taken down, you have a real challenge against YouTube if you didn't do anything wrong. However,
you think you may not know to hit newest? There's that feature where, like, if you don't hit newest on some on comments, you won't.
Oh yeah, it's so fucking annoying. Like, why would you not?
Oh, it is annoying.
It is. There's so many of those buttons on YouTube.
And it's not that the default that it is that it starts with the first comment. No, it starts with a random one. Like,
yeah,
sometimes in the middle of a conversation. And that's not just YouTube that does that. That's everything with comments these days. I'm like, what?
Well, that's the best part about having a channel.
Just give me shit on like in order, What the fuck this up with? Oh no, we want you to see this comment. Fuck you! I don't want to see that. Sorry, that's something that really annoys me.
You got your own channel. Post a video, or even post something in the community post that says, "Hey, my stuff's getting deleted." But complaining to me or whatever to everybody else is just complaining to yourself. Really, it isn't doing any good. So just so you know, I understand that you're pissed, I would be too if I wrote out a comment and it got deleted. Try copy and paste so you have it handy, and put them all together in a video. That's all I can tell you.
If I try to link to proof, they delete my links. If I
Of
mention
course.
the names of certain people, they delete it. Or certain outfits, they delete it.
Yeah, I'm starting to get a hint here that you're posting the wrong things and people's names and stuff.
No, the problem is he's posting links
Persecution.
to outside of YouTube. YouTube
okay.
does not like that. Like if you post a link to outside of YouTube, I believe it will automatically be blocked, and people can accept it, but YouTube doesn't like that because that takes away viewing time from YouTube.
I'll see, you might have figured it out there, Brainless. Maybe this fellow needs to review his TOS and see what it says in there about what you can and can't post.
Yeah, you can't.
This is obvious Christian persecution. This is obvious. I mean,
yeah. I'm being evil, and people point that out, so they're prosecuting me.
Yeah. I just clicked on this guy's link that you put in the description, Dave. Went over there, and he's got one complaint. Gestapo Tube is deleting my comments, so I hit newest, and it turned for a while. It kind of, a little circle turned for a while, but then I got like 3 or 4 comments. So
you hit the wrong button.
Operator error.
Yep. I think he's doing a lot of things wrong and blaming everybody but himself. So, hey, no, we all do it. We all do
Christian to me.
Yeah, we all do it. And Ed said you can appeal, and yes, YouTube doesn't like links outside of YouTube, but you can't blame YouTube because a lot of people do not know. You have to follow YouTube's rules. They are a private company. They are not public. So if you don't like their rules, tough, because that's what they tell you. So, maybe follow the rules, use other words for things like people do to get around things, and speak nicely and still make your point, and you can post things. So
yeah, and
I don't have these problems. Very, very rarely do I have any problems. So I often question people who say everything gets taken down with an attitude, because it was probably your attitude that got it taken down. Just saying.
Pretty big chance, yeah.
Well, I didn't read closely enough. The guy actually did a pinned comment that said to hit newest. So he thinks it's a Gestapo Tube or YouTube conspiracy against him, but it's actually just the way it works and has been working for some time.
That's what I figured.
Make a comment and then reload the page for up to 35 seconds. And between 15 seconds and 30.
He's sitting there with a stopwatch. I mean, cripe. Give it a rest, dude. I mean, it's not that vital.
That's true. Like, if you refresh the page, then, then it will reload it and say, oh, yeah, this comment is being reviewed or even blocked because we don't like that.
Yeah, and if you've got some of the tools turned on that review comments and stuff like that, you also might want to check that, too, as far as what your settings are, because you might be blocking yourself or certain keywords. So maybe check that too. Just saying. Most of us don't have these problems, and I've seen people post some, how do I put it? Things maybe they shouldn't post, but they do, and they aren't taken down. So I think it's a lot has to do with how you word things, and maybe bad mouthing YouTube isn't a good idea either. Just saying. You are paying these people.
Not going to help your case. That's not helping your case.
Yeah, So always remember, free speech is very limited. It does not apply to organizations like YouTube. Okay, it just doesn't. You can think it's not fair or whatever. Then start your own channel. I don't know what to tell you.
You can say whatever you want, but like what you say does have consequences.
That's true.
Like they want to be able to say whatever they want without any consequences. Like, that's not how the fucking world works.
Make sure you check out Detroit Atheist Queen. There's their channel.
Ooh, yeah. Go check them out.
You know, she's new to the scene and growing fast. So, hello, Kelly, and yeah, everybody else too. Feel free to post your links. Hello, Native. Good to see you.
Hello, Native. Yes, I did hit that button.
You hit the button?
Yeah, no, I was checking if I already subscribed to Detroit. And yes, I did.
Well, you know, and sometimes I will say something about YouTube. If you haven't been on channels in a while, they do clean house. So, you know, it doesn't hurt to every once in a while check it out and make sure you are subscribed, because there have been 2-3 channels that I've been deleted from that. Now, to their credit, they weren't doing a whole lot. And, you know, YouTube is trying to keep things streamlined. But if you haven't been on a channel for a while too, just maybe check if you're subscribed.
That's also a thing. Like, if you have a channel that doesn't do a lot, those are exactly the channels you want your notifications for. Like, if somebody, like, you stream like every Saturday, most people will know to show up on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Or check, like, oh, is there going to be a stream? Like, but like, there's channels that post once a month or something like that. Like Mark Rober. Like, he posts rarely. I want to get a notification when he does.
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
Yep. Hello, Fred. How you doing? So yeah, always check your things. Make sure if you just see somebody and you go, hey, I recognize that name. Make sure you're subscribed and you got the bell clicked and all that kind of good things, just to be sure. Not saying YouTube did it, but it does seem that things that aren't very active do get dropped off your list. So we will.
I'm not saying YouTube did. We're not saying YouTube did it, but YouTube did.
Yeah, let me know, Kelly. Some days I feel like crap, but most days I feel good enough to do an interview. I did do a few out of the hospital, so if I can make it through those, I can make it through anybody. Maria, is this a debate? This is a video review, and we blab a lot too.
Yeah.
Trimmers says, I get more notifications from the channels I'm not subscribed to. Well, that helps. Thank you for the membership. Somebody gave Real Baxter membership. Good for them.
Ooh, nice. And yeah, and same with ads. Like, if ads that are personalized are useful to me, and come with those ads. I'd rather have personalized ads that are useful to me than just garbage.
Yeah.
Like,
you know where to find me, Kelly. So, and if you want to email, allhailbigfoot@gmail.com. I'm real easy to find.
I still love that. I still love that email address.
I know the girls. Well, I shouldn't say girls, but it's mostly girls at the counters. Always love it when they ask for my email, and I tell them it's All Hail Bigfoot, and they look at me funny. I'm serious. It's All Hail Bigfoot. It has been for years. So
yeah, I like that.
It's easy to remember too. So if you follow me at all, I say All Hail Bigfoot, and just add a Gmail on there, and you can get a hold of me. And it's also on my channel as well for people that can't remember what it is.
Do you have an I Love Toast at gmail.com?
I do not.
You can make it.
I didn't.
I will only write email to that address.
If you're faster than me, you've got it.
I've thought about having different emails, but it gets too hard and too confusing. And so I have my one for business and personal things, and then I have my one for business, so to speak. And the Bigfoot stuff, the channel stuff, and everything all goes through All Hail Bigfoot. So my personal one is mostly for personal stuff. Yeah,
yeah, that's usually how it goes with personal stuff.
I've never used. They gave me 2 accounts when I signed up for my internet, And all these years later, I still have not used number 2, just the first one. So 1 is good enough for me.
Oh.
So there it is.
I don't use my provider's email address at all. Like, I just use my my YouTube, because, like, if you change providers, you lose that email address.
Well, mine I've had forever. So it's Access Toledo, which doesn't even exist anymore. They have a different name, and they changed their email, but they didn't make me change my email. They just suggested I change my email, and I didn't change my email. So it's still through my provider all these years later.
Yeah, because you're stuck with the same provider. But, like, one provider around here left this area, and my parents had to switch, so their email address switched. So at one point, we showed up at the theater not having received the email that the show was canceled. So yeah, that was kind of shit.
Yep.
So that's why I say, like, get a separate email address separate from your provider. Just like, that's also how they try to keep you. Like, if you go, you're losing your email address. And, like, yeah. So, yeah.
Oh, we've got, oops, I scrolled down. Trimmers by Reggery. Trimmers by Reggery. By Trimmers. Anyway, Rimmers. Bry Gary. That's too hard. Rimmers is good enough. Says they have big feet. I do too. They're wide too. So just so you know. I wanted to scroll down here. No wonder. Commander, hello, Commander. Elbows up. Good to see you.
Commander.
35 seconds. A lot of times you'll find that the comment you left has disappeared.
Elbows up.
So, to ask your questions, are there evidence for the miracles and the events in the Bible? Absolutely. There's tons of evidence. So,
and as I pointed out, there's a big difference between evidence and good evidence. There's evidence for Bigfoot. Is there good evidence? No. And that's how I look at the Bible. The Bible is evidence. I mean, people say there's no evidence for the Bible. Well, the Bible is evidence for the Bible.
Yeah.
Is it good evidence? No.
No.
See, there's a difference.
No, sorry, but circular evidence is not evidence. I'm sorry, that's not evidence. And that's what the Bible is. What
CDN stands for Canadian Dave. I like that one. Yeah, there's I was watching a video and he said over and over and over about evidence. And there's lots of evidence for the Bible, especially since it's been around for so long. There's no good evidence, and that's why people reject it. You're going to say there's good evidence for a magic Zubo, and I'm going to laugh at you every time. Because there's not.
What? A magic
There's
Zubo?
just not. There's lots of evidence that it's a story.
There's video of a magic Zubo, and it even has an amazing song attached to it. So
that's true, and there's lots of cultures that have magic Zubo stories. Doesn't make them real any more than gods or prophets or miracles or any of these things. It's like I said, if somebody survives a plane crash, it's a miracle. It is. The plane crashed. They walked away. Now, all the people that didn't walk away wouldn't say it's a miracle. Now, what you won't find is a plane crash where everybody survived. I mean, usually at least the pilot gives their all being out, hanging out in front of the thing and stuff like that. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but most planes, now I'm not talking about skidding to a stop or something. I'm talking about a plane crash. Somebody is hurt in a plane crash. And often there aren't any survivors in a plane crash. So you could ask on the flip side, who was mad at that airplane, right? Obviously somebody was happy with the airplane that saved some people. Who was mad at the airplane that didn't save any people? Or who was half mad and half glad at the airplane that saved some of the people and didn't save some of the other people. So miracle is a loose term.
And who did not love the people that died in that crash?
Sure. The children, the parents, the grandparents. Yeah.
And even like, I believe there was this one crash where just one kid survived, and like they said, it's a miracle. God must fucking hate that child.
Yeah.
Taking away their whole family, being the only survivor. Like that kid is growing up with so much survivor's guilt.
Mm.
Like that kid will not have a normal life. They're ruined. Like that's not a miracle. That's a horror. That's just, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, a very, very loose term, and how you want to use the term. I use the term, and I'm not religious, you know. Hey, it's a miracle my son was born with 10 fingers and 10 toes. Well, it is. I mean, all the things that a newborn has to go through, and to be born with 10 fingers and 10 toes, it's a miracle. Is it magical or something? No, everything just went right. You know, biologically they were born healthy. Now, does that mean it's you know, a miracle? Well, again, it's how you use the word. So I would use the word, but I would also say that a lot of people use the word that shouldn't be using the word, and so that's pretty clear too. Hey, STS is dropping green. Thank you, STS. 5 captive desk memberships, a great supporter of the channel. I believe that STS donated the first memberships on my channel. So you gotta love STS supporting everybody, including oh boy, some of these names are really tough. You know, you give me a hard time here. I wants no G 1372. I'm trying to figure it out, but it doesn't seem to be anything.
Oh no.
But
Spinoj,
yeah. But hey, you're welcome. Mark Reed, you're welcome. Tubian, Ryan Donovan, and the other one.
Wild World.
Wild World. Oh, Wild World. Yeah, Wild World, a great channel. If you want to watch some great nature stuff, Wild World has given me some kind words over the years, and I was on Bree's channel with Wild World, and please support his channel as well. If somebody's got a link for Wild World, please drop it in the chat. And Stop the Stupidity, you're going to try out the new Bigfoot as well.
Bigfoot stomps. Yeah. Bigfoot stomps. Through the dark, through the swamps, he says you rock, he says you roll. Bigfoot stomps on your soul. Bigfoot stomps on your soul.
And Stop the Stupidity, you rock, and thanks for supporting the channel.
That sounds fucking awesome.
I like the song. It made a good song, and I have the rights to these songs now too as well. So just so you know, I'm not cheating. I actually paid for the rights. And thank you, Tilting Windmill. There's a sub to the Wild World here at Wild World. Yeah, he high quality net geo type stuff. Really great channel. And thank you very much for being a loyal member and dropping me comments and super chats and everything else that you've done over the years. I appreciate it.
Pick one. For Noah's Ark, I would say probably the best source of collected data that I've ever come across.
Wait, what?
Source data Oh, hell no.
It's the best collection of data anywhere. I'm like, give me a break. The Magic Zoo Boat, really? You know, the Magic Zoo Boat comes from other stories. And right off the bat, I mean, you can tell it comes from other stories. There are plenty of stories about Magic Zoo Boats, but nobody put all the animals on a boat to avoid a flood. That never happened. There was no global flood. So you can forget the Magic Zoo Boat. There was no global flood. Now, people live near water. They still do. Because it's handy to live near water. But it's not magical and it's not global. It's regional.
These people go to this doofus for life advice.
Worrisome. He's going to tell them that Noah's Ark has the best. If I misunderstood it, but the way I heard it was, if you open up the Bible, that the Magic Zoo Boat's one of the stories that has the most to back it up. And no, it doesn't. And there really isn't much about the Magic Zoo Boat. God was mad, so he got rid of everybody. Well, he seems to do that a lot.
I think he was going to tell us where the best collection is, wasn't he?
Maybe.
Is that what he meant?
It sure isn't in the Bible. I don't know where he gets
that. Got to
that
give
from.
him a minute.
Okay, we'll give him a minute.
For evidence for Noah's Ark are the films.
Oh, boy.
Oh, okay.
No. Sorry, Dave. But then space travel to other planets is real. I think you guys figured out the reference.
There are films. The only films I know of are the ones made by Ron Wyatt and a few news agencies, I think, made short little clips or something. But I have a feeling he's talking about Ron Wyatt. And you want to know why he's talking about Ron Wyatt? Because he mentions somebody else who's a big Ron Wyatt fan, and I'm not going to give it away. But hello, Jen, and hello, Geo Sam. Hello, Real Baxter. If I missed anybody, welcome.
If you missed anybody, just reload and shoot again.
Yeah, here we go. Make it an automatic and open up. Anyway, only in Minecraft. Let's see about these movies.
Made years ago by Dr. Kent Hovind.
Oh,
holy shit!
Dr. Hawaiian Shirt Guy.
Did he say what?
No.
Yes. He even said Dr. Hawaiian Shirt Guy. I mean, there you go.
But come on, we all know that that's not his proper name. His proper name is Inmate 06452-017. We all know that, right?
I don't know that. So when your best citation is Hawaiian Shirt Guy, we see where you're coming from. Probably what happened to your hair too. I don't know if he checked his hair or if his hair is always like that, but he has hat head.
Hovind. I do not condone or recommend his modern stuff.
Oh, his modern stuff compared to what? He hasn't changed anything.
He hasn't changed anything in years.
He says the same thing over and over and over again. That's how people can trip him up in debate so easily. Because then you get, I'm not prepared for that.
Mm-hmm.
Modern stuff. I don't know.
I can't think of anything that Hovind has changed positions on. I mean, that's one of the last things he would do is change positions on something, because then he would have to explain himself. So, no,
that would break down his lie.
Yeah, he basically says the same thing every time, and so does Ken Ham and the rest of them. They say the same thing every time. So where he's getting his old stuff and his new stuff delineation, I do not know. But it's funny. It is funny.
I'm only talking about the stuff he made like 20 years ago, back in the late 90s, early 2000s, mid 2000s. Fascinating stuff.
Really?
Most of it's not his work. Most of it is him.
Then why quote? Why mention him? Why not?
Fascinating stuff, Brainless.
It's but it's not his stuff. But then why not cite the original source?
Oh,
Like,
he does.
why
he
even
talks about
bring
his
that-
buddy Ron Wyatt all the time.
Why fucking hell? Why bring up that stupid cunt if
I
you're
don't know.
then gonna say like, oh, but it's not his material. He copied it from so and so. Then like mention that person. Like, what the?
That isn't
So
helping you
stupid.
much because even Ron Wyatt's personal friends and his attorney and everything else have discredited him. So anybody that's holding on to Ron Wyatt hasn't heard from anybody that was around the person. No, nobody. And the only reason I think his wife and kids hold it up is because the museum they have in their basement or whatever to bring in a couple bucks. And I don't know, did the guy write a book too or something probably? And some things to make money off of. But he has passed away. And from the way I understood it, and from the video I did about Ron Wyatt, nobody around him will support what he says. And it seems that the whole time he was just grifting people out of money so he could go on vacation, first class. He talks a lot about cheap hotels and stuff. I don't know what they're called. 4-star or 5-star or 1-star or whichever way it goes. No, he doesn't. He stayed first class, and supposedly he was often seen in the arms of a woman that was not Mrs. Wyatt. So it seems that the entire thing was just to make money. And see this shot here? That's bad hair. I mean, that's just bad hair. Why not put your hat back on? That's some bad hair. I know I pick on people's hair a lot. I shouldn't, because they sure messed mine up. I got a thin spot over here. Kind of showing.
So you got the right to make fun of other people's hair. Fuck that.
But I did take a comb through it, and I tried to fix it up a little bit, Otherwise, I would have put I got my hat right here.
Today I didn't
got my
even do that.
Bigfoot hat. See, and I can really easily just put my hat on if I need to. So I haven't wore a hat much since I grew my hair out because I didn't want to mess up my hair. But going places since they shorted me some hairs, I've been wearing my hat lately. So thanks, Doc. Thanks a lot. My comb thanks you too. I run my comb through my hair. Big old wads of hair were in my comb. A couple of days I came home from the hospital and chemo and all that. Boy, I sure feel sorry for people that miss their hair. Now, I used to shave my head, so it's not a big deal. I haven't lost any on my face, and I haven't lost any on my chin, but I did lose some apparently out the sides of my head, and seems to be a spot on top too. But this just looks terrible. I mean, look at that. That just really looks terrible. I don't know. Maybe somebody does his hair like that or what. But anyway, I'm gonna stop talking about his hair. I'm gonna get some bad luck out, bad mojo.
Collecting it from others and putting it all together for you. The best way, I would say, to find access to these videos where you can legally download them, copy them.
Yeah, you notice he said legally because you're not supposed to share Hovind stuff either. He's persona non grata on YouTube. That's why his channels have been taken down numerous times. And even when he's tried to get around it, sooner or later, they've gotten to those channels. So, yeah, it's a big no-no to even bring his videos up. And if you're doing that, I hope they find out who you are, because you're breaking TOS, clearly breaking terms of service.
Hand them out to others, whatever you want to do, is...
No.
And there you'll find tons of Kent Hovind videos.
Yeah.
Excellent source.
No.
No.
Not an excellent source.
No.
Terrible source.
Excellent source of lies and misrepresentation.
Depends on the source for what. If it's a source for laughter, that could be.
And as somebody pointed out, he says word for word the same thing he said 40 years ago. And so does Ken Ham, Ray Comfort, Carl Baugh, and any of those folks. You pull up their stuff from decades ago, and word for word, they are the same things. So I don't know what he's talking about that they've changed, or one's any different than another, because it's always the same. Once you change, then you have to explain everything for going back for all those decades. And doesn't seem that any of them do that. So,
the time period that this guy mentions that he kind of cuts off the good stuff, from Kent Hovind is around the time he went to prison. So I wonder if he's actually holding the tax evasion stuff against him, or structuring, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but with that, like if you do that, like when did that tax evasion happen? Before or after he went to prison?
Before, obviously, but
yeah,
that's how people think.
Yeah.
And the guy is not a real man to let his wife go to jail. I mean, he should have said, "Hey, throw the book at me. You got me." Whether he agrees or not, but don't throw my wife in jail. She didn't know any better, and he sat back and let her go to jail. So
depends. Like if she was involved, then I think she should go to jail. But if she was just sitting on the sideline and he did all the tax work and she didn't know what was going on, then yes, then he should be the one to go to jail, and she shouldn't.
I don't hold it against her, because it seems like she was just doing what she was told. So
green in the chat.
I could be wrong. And there's green in the chat. I see that. Wait a minute. There's Deconverted Man. Hold on, Deconverted Man. Don't go anywhere.
But I do not.
We got Ryan, who's been a member for 5 months, and we appreciate you hanging out with us, Ryan. And just for that, you're going to get a new Bigfoot.
Bigfoot stomps. Yeah. Bigfoot stomps. Through the dark, through the swamps, he says you rock, he says you roll. Bigfoot stomps on your soul. Bigfoot stomps on your soul.
Love that song.
Thanks, Ryan.
Yeah, I love that song. Maybe you want to play it again.
Maybe we want to play it. Maybe we'll play it for Brainless. How about that? Don't go anywhere, Deconverted Man. Brainless, you've been a member for 7 months, and you're here with us almost every week. You're a great supporter of the channel, and we appreciate you very much, Brainless, and for checking on me and everything else. I love you, man. And for you,
you're awesome people.
You get a Bigfoot.
Bigfoot stomps. Yeah. Bigfoot stomps. Through the dark, through the swamps, he says you rock, he says you roll. Bigfoot stomps on your soul. Bigfoot stomps on your soul.
Oh, fuck, that's an awesome track.
We have got another awesome song just for Deconverted Man. I didn't hear it was Deconverted Man's birthday last week, but as soon as I did, I made this video. So we're going to celebrate Deconverted Man having another trip around the sun. So Deconverted Man, let's pull you up here.
Well, happy late birthday, Deconverted Man.
That's right. We can't forget Deconverted Man. So we will. I just don't have it pulled up, but I do now. Okay, here we go. To Deconverted Man.
Hey, happy birthday, Deconverted Man. Circle pit, raise your hand. You burned the script, threw the chains away, questioned every word, now you're on this day. Candles like fuses dripping on the cake. You scream your reason till the doctrine shake. Happy birthday, dick converted man. Yeah, you're the man, you're the man. Take a stand from the myth to the mosh. You ran. Happy birthday, dick converted man. Happy birthday, dick converted man. No gods, no plans in the sand. Just you and the truth you demand. You tore down idols one fact at a time. Now your battle cry cuts across the line. Glasses in the air for the doubts you fed, for the fears you face, for the lies now dead. Happy birthday, dick converted man. Yeah, you're the man, you're the man. Take a stand from the myth to the mosh. You ran. Happy birthday, dick converted man. Happy birthday, dick converted man. No crown, no throne, no command. Just you and the truth in your hands. Blow out the flames. Let the bass drum slam. Another year louder. They converted man. They converted man.
And happy birthday, Deconverted Man. For those of you that don't know, Deconverted Man's been a friend of the channel since I don't know when, since way back when. And it helps me out a lot. And I really appreciate him. So thank you, Deconverted Man. And may you have many, many more. Mrs. Dex says, happy birthday as well. I was wondering who was saying psst, psst in my ear. And hello.
Hello.
We've got Deconverted Man here. Hello, Deconverted Man. Happy birthday. And we also have Brojo joining us in. Brojo, I'm doing all right. We'll see what the doctors say. That's all I can say. Your birthday is January 21st, so I want a song. Well, we'll make a note. Kelly is January, what'd you say it was? January 21? I made a note. I think that's the day I did an MRI. So it might be a good day or a bad day. We'll see. I'll make a noise. Note.
That's actually the same birthday as my dad.
There you go. Yeah, if I hear about a birthday, I do try to say happy birthday. For ones that have had numerous birthdays all in 1 week, I have made a song to everybody. So you'll either get a personalized or to everybody. I have some generic ones in case I haven't heard or it's too late or there's a whole bunch of people and I'm not going to make one for everybody. Sorry. But I do try to tell you happy birthday. So, and Brojo, yeah, we'll see how things are going. Always good to see you stop by, though. And how old are you in lobster years, Deconverted Man? We must know these things. I know Deconverted Man's not as old as I am. And Geo Sam is here. And Dade Murphy, whose video is this we're watching? If you want to know the name of the video, it's in the description.
That's for Noah's Ark.
As far as what this is the Bible story is true or something like that. Let me see. Usually I have it pulled up over on the side, but don't today. Let me see. And then they changed the thing over here, so you don't know. Where is the thing at? Is it under you now? They changing everything. No,
I don't know.
Oh, the times they are a changing. Sorry, that was a very bad.
They've got home, shorts, subscriptions, and you. And it's not under any of these. Oh, wait, here he goes. Here he is. Okay, his video title is Sid Manazebo, at Sid Manazebo. That's the person's name he's addressing. Is there evidence for the claims in the Bible? And there was too many words for all this, so I put on my thumbnail, is the Bible always right? And I put in the description right and wrong or something like that. So, and he started his thing out by saying, Kent Hovind is a great source. So, if he thinks Kent Hovind is a great source, then he surely thinks the Bible is a great source. And we're out of luck as far as that goes. Hey, how you doing, Dave? Good to see you. Thanks for asking, anyways. But yeah, he thinks the Bible and Kent Hovind are great sources. At least Kent Hovind, since he changed things, which we were trying to figure out, when did Kent Hovind ever change things? But maybe he did and we missed it. Hello, Mark. See, Tilting gave you a membership earlier too. So,
yeah, and they dropped a that they've been a member for 6 months.
And they've been around here for 6 months, and they've been on the channel since the day it started, I believe, just about.
Whoop, whoop.
So we appreciate
awesome.
We appreciate everybody. And hello, Mark. Hello, Trusty Ape. Good to see y'all. Make sure you're dropping them emojis. If somebody spent the time to give you a freebie, you should at least thank you back by using them. And if you want to become a member of the channel and use those great emojis, because we have the best emojis around.
Yeah, look at those emojis. Like, come on.
Drop down to the join button, to the emoji, whatever. Drop down to the join button, and you too can have great emoji. And like Answers in Atheism, the Dog Man, Foots, the Magic Zoo Boat, the Yeti, the Hail Spock, the Ghost, the Luska. I love the Luska. If there's a sea monster, I want it to be the Luska. That's pretty cool. And there's so many others. Thank you very much. And I see everybody drop an emoji or emojis. I'm going to say emojis. It just sounds right. And he said Kent Hovind was a great source, but he is also not really the source. Yeah, that's true. He just says a lot of stuff from people that I question them as a source as well. So,
and for a whole host of other biblical archaeological stuff, he deals with a lot of biblical archaeology.
No, he doesn't.
No.
His other favorite source is L.A. Marzulli, who talks about giants and the giant skulls and the stretched out skulls and all kind of skulls, giant skeletons that the Smithsonian is hiding in their basement. These are the kind of things that Hovind talks about. These are his sources. So yeah, you check his sources and they're as ridiculous as he is. And Fred Harvey dropping 20 of those Australian dollars. We appreciate you too, Dave. Hey, I appreciate all you guys, and especially those of you who drop these super chats and allow me the pleasure of playing my new videos that I just put together today.
Bigfoot stomps. Yeah. Bigfoot stomps. Through the dark, through the swamps, he says you rock, he says you roll. Bigfoot stomps on your soul.
And thank you very much, Fred Harvey, for supporting the channel.
I'm sorry, Filbert. I'm sorry about that. That's
And we've got the mighty Filbert as well. Dropping green, $5. Says, I dreamed that Bigfoot stole my toaster. I woke up pissed and hungry. Now that would suck. I don't know of any such thing, but I do know that Bigfoot loves toast. So if Bigfoot did anything against the toast, that's a problem, because as far as I know,
Bigfoot on toast. Toast is good.
and he gets it straight from,
We love toast. We love toast. We love toast. We love toast. We love toast.
no, but
so I think
clearly,
you're a bit confused.
clearly,
maybe.
Bigfoot's toaster was broken, so he needed Filbert's toaster because
It
he
was
loves
just a
toast
dream.
that much. Yeah, he can't live without toast, so he
Dream.
needs.
Yeah, dreams can be like that. So we'll let it slide because it was just a dream. But you never know with your toaster if it's going to work or not. Best thing I can do is tell you to talk nice to your toaster, because that's your best chance of having good toast and your toaster, all the coils lighting up like they're supposed to. And thanks again, Mighty Filbert. You rock.
There's nothing more beautiful than a toaster whose filaments are all glowy and warmed up. And
Yeah, really sucks when they go out on you. I can feel you there. That's when it's time to get a new toaster. Something touched those coils and some of them went out on you. It's really a problem. But good to see you, Ape. Thanks for the all hail Bigfoot. And I'm just checking the chat real quick. Make sure everybody gets their shout outs. Great ones in the chat. I appreciate you. Okay. Yeah, you're citing terrible people here. Good luck with that. Mike dropped me a message, says he's dropping off for the night. He's had a long day. Thanks for stopping by, Mike. And we will see you next time.
For what was the other thing you mentioned? Crossing of the Red Sea. Crossing of the Red Sea.
That's another good one.
So far, the best source I've found is a video called "The Exodus Revealed" by Quaestar. Questar. The last I knew, it's for free to watch on YouTube.
Yeah, that's a terrible movie. And Ron Wyatt claimed to have found the Red Sea crossing on his lunch break one day. So, screw all those professional archaeologists that know what they're doing. Just take a lunch and you say, yeah, it's over there. Apparently what Ron Wyatt did, and it worked out really well for him. So if you want to be a biblical archaeologist, just say, yeah, it's over there on your lunch break. Yeah. And yeah, there you go. You don't have to do any research. You don't have to do years of reading books or figuring out puzzles like they did in Indiana Jones to know where these places are or anything. All you have to do is say, yeah, it's
just make shit up. Fucking hell.
No, they didn't find the Red Sea crossing. No, they didn't. They didn't find any of those things. The only thing they found from the Bible are places like names of cities and stuff like that we can identify. These places that we can't identify, there's a reason we can't identify them, because even though they're mentioned in the Bible or in some other book somewhere, mentions some city or person or place, doesn't mean it's real. Just because somebody wrote it down doesn't mean it's real. I know it's hard to accept, but there is some fiction. There is places that people didn't know where these things happen, made them up to fill in the blanks of a story. But there's archaeologists do reference the Bible because the Bible mentions that places were there that were supposedly there. But when they go looking, they're not there. Just like when they found King David's small city-state. It wasn't a vast empire. It was a small city-state. And it appears it was easily overrun by the Egyptians without even putting up a fight. Now, does that sound like a great military leader to me? No. Was the guy a good leader or a mayor or whatever they call him? It's possible. Possible people liked him. Possible he was a good guy. Possible he did a lot of nice things. It's also possible that he did not have a vast empire, nor did he fight off invaders from Egypt or anywhere else. So,
and it could have been that he was a cunt,
or he could have been terrible, and he was just written up as he was a good guy because nobody at the time wanted to mention he was terrible.
He could have been just your regular run-of-the-mill tribal chief that somebody decided to turn into a virtuous man of God centuries later, as they were writing the stories of their people.
Yeah, because it fit the story nicely. Yeah,
exactly.
And make sure you check the description below. Mike and Scott are in there, as well as Brainless, and Simos is in there. The description of the video that we are featuring is in there, as well as Bree and Joe over at the Kentucky Atheist, and Ember with her GoFundMe as well. If you're going to buy a t-shirt, if you're going to help somebody out for Christmas, you know who to do. That's folks that we know, and they appreciate it very much.
Yeah. The Exodus revealed. That's got some pretty interesting archaeological data.
Yeah, it really is. Archaeological data. You like the movie because it totally agrees with everything you say about the Bible. Big surprise, young Earth creationists are literal about the Bible.
Nutshell, they found horse hooves at the crossing site. They found Egyptian.
They found horse hooves at the crossing site.
Wait, there was water and people led their horse to there? So
Did they chop off their feet, or
no? But
did they leave horses? Did they even shoe horses back then?
Well, I don't know, but if you would still have tracks from the hooves, but I doubt that those tracks would still be visible. But even if it was there's water and there's horse hooves there, okay. Yeah, maybe people were in the area and had a bunch of horses, an army was there in that area, and the horses needed something to fucking drink.
Yeah, they found horse hooves near the water. Okay.
Yeah,
the best evidence I always hear is that there's wagon wheels or chariot wheels at the bottom of the sea, which aren't even the right chariot wheels. They don't match the time. And it's rumored that
would have happened,
he threw them down there himself and took pictures of them.
Oh, I wouldn't. Yeah, I would not doubt that they would be capable of doing stupid shit like that.
It says there is archaeology and there is archaeology. It's a difficult science because the data is often incomplete. Saying it proves something kind of sort of depends. Yeah, I mean, when you can point to any part of the Red Sea and then point to the Bible, and believers are going to say, yep, that's what they're talking about. And that's not even what they're talking about. So you don't know, they don't know. And but you sure are happy that you found those things in the Bible, especially that proves the the silliest stories. First of all, there was no mass exodus. And so there was no mass crossing. And even if a few people crossed over, they would cross near the edges and the shallow parts, like the Reed Sea is a shallow part versus dead center in the middle. which they have to abide by the Bible story. So this guy
Yeah.
is just happy that they fill in his Bible stories. Imagine that.
And the thing also is like the Egyptians are one of the people known for meticulously documenting everything. No mention of any Israelites that were there.
And if you go looking into it, there's things like there was Roman outposts along the way, and none of those engaged with these supposedly escaped slaves, which if you know anything about escaped slaves, they're usually caught and rounded up. And according to the tales of the story, if there was anybody in Egypt, they escaped by themselves or with their buddy or something. There was no mass, I have trouble with that word. There was no mass exodus, and there was no mass Israelite slavery going on in Egypt either. Now, yes, there were slaves here and there, terrible thing, but every part of the Bible is exaggerated as to that end of the story. None of it adds up, not one bit of it. But because it's in the Bible and it has to be true, there you go.
And chariot wheels. I have seen other films that actually show you some of the chariot wheels.
Yeah, I've seen them too.
I'm trying to think. If there's any other thing you were asking about. Well, one thing is that biblical archaeology, I'm friends with one or two archaeologists.
And no, you're not.
No,
you're not.
Friends with one
No,
or
you're
two
not.
archaeologists.
You may know a few, but I'm pretty sure they will not call you friend if you talk shit like this.
Yeah, what a load of garbage that is.
Like,
and
hell fucking no.
One of the things you find is that, like, one of them, Dr. Manfred Kober, he will tell you that if something is discovered in the dirt, it takes like 30 years before it's published and known. So
What? If you find something, it takes 30 years to publish on it? No, it doesn't.
Well, no, I kind of get that. Like, if they find something like they think it could be that, yeah, they need to verify it, and then they need to write a paper about it. So I wouldn't say 30 years, but it takes a while for, if you see something, for it to get to the public, but not 30. Not.
And it's clearly not something that has Jesus' name on it, or it would have been a headline somewhere. Sure, you know,
somewhere,
they found something in the desert somewhere. It might take a while to be published, but
like,
I don't think it was groundbreaking.
Even like when they found the ark, like, did you hear about that in the news? I don't think I did.
Well, Mark says anything Ron Wyatt found was published immediately. Yeah, he didn't mess around. He had a news conference every time he stuck a shovel in the ground. So,
probably. Well, no. Maybe every time he put a shovel in the ground, the second time, digging up what he buried before.
What he buried before.
That's what it sounds like to me. Like, come on, like if you immediately know what it is, then you've had prior knowledge.
And make sure you're subscribed over there at Mark Reed's channel. He has a great channel. He also does a great job debating. Ron Wyatt was probably mentioned on Fox. Yeah, well, he was actually on, was it 60 Minutes or something like that when he first made his discovery. And once everybody found out who he was, it got real quiet real fast. And nobody talked about it except when they want to rehash, I guess on a slow day, they want to rehash the same place that's a rock outcropping, claiming that it's Noah's Ark. No, it's not. It's a rock. And if you go to Google Earth and you look around at other mountains, there are similar rocks because when you have a hard material and a soft material, the hard material gets left behind as a teardrop-shaped rock. And that looks a lot like a ship. But it's not. Not to mention, where the ark supposedly came to rest is volcanic. So there wouldn't be anything left if there was anything there. It would have got burned up a long time ago. So no matter how you look at it, no. And besides, there was no magic zoo boat. All I need to disprove the Bible is the magic zoo boat. You're going to hold the Bible to be literal, and it's absolutely true,
Dave,
which this guy says, then no, it's not, because the magic zoo boat didn't happen. The flood didn't happen. No.
Dave, you've mentioned it too many times now to not play it. And you know I love that song.
I know. I love that song. You're right. I'm gonna have to play it because there was no magic zoo boat, and as much as you'd like there to be, there was no magic zoo boat. But it makes a great song.
Just sit right back and you'll hear the tale of a righteous float that started out in ancient times upon a magic zoo boat. The rain began to pour like mad. God's judgment didn't stall. If not for Noah's floating crate, there'd be no life at all. No life at all. No life at all. If Noah and his ancient beard, his wife just rolled her eyes. They boarded raptors, stegosaurs too, all trained to sit and stay. 2 T-Rexes in bunk bed stalls, what could go wrong, we say? 3 sons with wives who taught the dinos how to harmonize. Who taught the dinos how to harmonize? There's gators, frogs, and woolly mammoths, zebras sharing beds, triceratops and kangaroos stacked 10 high on their heads. The ark was built with cubic math and doors that sealed with prayer. You ask about sanitation, don't go there. Just don't go there. Just don't go there. So come aboard this sacred ship where science hits a wall. With creatures from all continents, pre-flood we had them all. The timeline's tight, the logic light, the rain began to float. And now you're on a bumpy ride aboard the magic zoo boat. The magic zoo boat. The magic zoo boat. The magic zoo boat. Unicorns dashed to catch the ark, but tripped on fairy tales. They stopped to charm the woodland elves and slipped through magic veils. Their horns aglow, they missed the boat, no place for their parade. Now stuck in myths and bedtime dreams where fantasy should stay. Where fantasy should stay. But what about old Sasquatch? Did Bigfoot make the trip? Was he too hairy, tall, or shy to board that wooden ship? He maybe hid behind the trees or snuck in with the apes, or rode the flood out on a log. Or rode the flood out on a log. Don't fall for tales of magic boats or creatures 2 by 2. Get smart, ask questions, that's the best thing you can do. Education shines the light that clears the myths away. So keep your mind wide open and learn what's true today. Learn what's true today. Learn what's true today. Hey, with Skipper Noah at the wheel and wife supreme with nerves of steel. 3 sons with zeros sailing flare, their wives who brought salon gray hair. 2 rhinos juggling on the deck and Bigfoot hiding near the wreck. Here on the magic zoo boat. Here on the magic zoo boat. Here on the magic zoo boat.
Years and years and years. One thing that was found with an archaeologist I knew.
And Kelly says, great, now I've got that stuck in my head. That's the idea.
Yeah, that's
and
what
for
the song's
$5, you know what else you get? Not only that stuck in your head, but you also get this stuck in your head.
Bigfoot stomps. Yeah. Bigfoot stomps. Through the dark, through the swamps, he says you rock, he says you roll. Bigfoot stomps on your soul. Bigfoot stomps on your soul.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Kelly, thanks for supporting the channel. Appreciate it. You rock.
Hell yeah, you rock.
Who sings that? That's an AI version. Most of my songs are AI, except for the Grassman song, which was composed and performed by oh dang it. Oh man, making me look bad. Well, now I'm gonna have to look it up. So there's a real simple way to do this. Why is I'm gonna blame being sick, but
yeah, that's probably the reason why.
what's his
What's his face?
Tobin. See, I wanted to say Tubian, and I knew it wasn't Tubian, it's Tobin. Tobin, thank you very much. And for those of you who haven't heard on the Grassman, I've got it as the opening song and the opening video. So go to the Grassman Chronicles. Link is in the description. Sign up and check out the Grassman. I have an original song called Ohio Woods there, written and performed by Tobin. And I'm sorry, Tobin, I wanted to say Tubian, but I knew it wasn't Tubian. I know it was close. So, Tobin was on my channel a while back, and he surprised me with a original masterpiece. And it was too good to let it go. So I do have Tobin. Yeah, Tobin Templeman. Thank you, John. And hello, John. How you doing? Is there anybody else? Chris is in there. Hello, Chris. Nice to see you. Beyond coincidence. So he didn't even exist? That depends. It doesn't really matter if Jesus existed or not. I really don't care. People argue about it. I really don't care. If he existed or not, there's been a lot of people who helped other people over time. There's been a lot of people got called out for being good or bad, or being a martyr or not, or helping people or not, or speaking out about the classes or not, or class fairness or not. Doesn't mean anything to me. So whether Jesus existed or not doesn't matter.
And beyond, what rage and anger? What? Just asking.
I don't know. Somebody was mad at something. We aren't mad. You just made.
It
just
seems
had a
that
hot helping of homemade chicken pot pie. Oh well, homemade chicken pot pies. That's one of my wife's favorites.
And like it's not us that are angry all the time. Like it's often the religious people that are angry and screaming all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to say Tubian because I watched Tubian too. It's very close. It is very close. It's like my one surgeon is very close to my doctor's name, and I even said to him, "You know, you guys are spelled a lot alike." And he kind of smiled. And he goes, "Yeah, we are." So, but yes, Tobin Templeman has his own channel too. You can check that out. He puts a lot of his songs up there. And every once in a while, he pops on here and there. I know he's been on the road. So when he's not on the road, he's on channels like Pixie and stuff like that. You can run into Tobin over there.
A third archaeologist I knew was that they were digging, and you probably heard of the story of Samson and Delilah. Samson ends up waking up, grabs the gates and the bars of the city or whatever, rips them off, and then carries them away. What a lot of people don't realize is that if you read the Bible, it says that he carried them away to a hill before Hebron. Hebron, he went from Gaza, if I remember correctly. It seems like that's been in the news lately. He went from Gaza.
Yeah, Gaza's been in the news lately. So that means that Samson ripped some gates off and cast them down. Yeah, that is. Who didn't know that? You know, I mean, there's a place named Gaza, so everything I make up is true. And, you know, as far as Samson having superhuman strength or whatever, no, he didn't. And if he ripped off a gate or something, so what?
And it was probably a shitty gate.
Yeah. And you're going to tell me you have the remnants of this gate thousands of years later? No, you don't. You're going to tell me this gate was at this certain place? Yeah. No.
And that only counts if there's DNA of Samson on it.
Yeah, there's no DNA. There's no no documentation of any sort. This is just another story of somebody that got mad at a gate that was on some place that he didn't like, and so he ripped it down. These stories mean nothing. And rubbing your chin, oh, I heard Gaza was in the news lately. Oops. So
Yeah,
what? So Gaza proves the rest of the Bible true, and it also proves anything that was written in those areas, including the Jewish texts and the Muslim texts. So does it make them true? No. You would say real quick, those aren't true. So I'm going to use the same argument you use. Nope, it's not in the book I like, so it's not true.
And ripped off the bars and the gates, whatever, and took him to a hill before Hebron. Well, if you look at a biblical map or any kind of an Israeli map, that hill before Hebron is roughly 30 miles away.
Oh, and also, the Israel in the Bible is not current day Israel. Current day Israel was only created after the Second World War.
Yeah,
to make up for the shit that happened to the Jews.
Yeah,
and now it's taken up. Now it's taken from the Jews by the Zionists. Thus, it's not Jews that run that. They're like no.
Yeah, all those things are very different than they used to be. So, what he's talking about, I again no idea other than look, shit. This is in the Bible, so it's true. Okay, well that's all you've said. And somebody carried a gate for 30 miles. I find that hard to believe.
That they already know that.
I don't remember his name right now. Wish I could remember him.
Probably in the Bible.
But anyways, he was the former pastor of the old church I used to go to.
Oh.
And
there it is. No, he went to church. So I don't know how much of a pastor he is, Mike or Scott, whoever asked. No, he isn't. He goes to church though. So he's let that slip, and his deals with his sideburns way out the side of his ear there too. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to quit picking up.
Yeah, he's not been taking care of. Go take care of yourself.
An archaeologist amongst other things.
And I'll do it too.
And they found the gate on that hill before Hebron.
So 30 miles away, they found the gate that was 30 miles away. Baloney. Baloney. Yeah. I mean, there's baloney. It's a gate. And nobody said that they even found the gate except the Bible. So I don't know what you're talking about. It's a gate 30 miles away. It's not even in like, oh, he threw it down the hill and it's still laying there at the bottom of the hill and that's where it was attached. At least you'd have something to go by, but he has 30 miles away. Okay.
Yeah.
So you have a gate. Good for you. And I'm seeing more green.
Ooh.
Kelly's donating 5 memberships to the captive desk.
Ooh.
And those go out to I want Mark Reed. Oh, wait, these are Stop the Stupidity. I'm up too far.
What's that like? Wait, that's not correct.
Here we go. It just moved. Okay. Kelly sent captive desk memberships to B.S. Lewis, Sumami, Tori, Objective Ethics, and Maya Atkinson. Congratulations on those gift memberships. And you know what that means? It means I got the hiccups again.
More Bigfoot.
Bigfoot, Bigfoot, Bigfoot.
Here comes Bigfoot, right? Coming right at you,
Here
Kelly.
comes
Bigfoot stomps. Yeah. Bigfoot stomps. Through the dark, through the swamp, he says you rock, he says you roll. Bigfoot stomps on your soul. Bigfoot stomps on your soul.
Thank you, Kelly, for
That's
being a
just a
supporter
really
of the channel.
refreshing tune. You cannot stay down after listening to that.
Yeah,
The whole song is like that. So I only snipped a piece out of the song. There's a good, it's a good song all the way around. And hello, Vesta, good to see you. And Tori,
Hello, Vesta.
I think I just mentioned your name. So congratulations, Tori. And you can say thank you to Kelly for that. I think it was, or it was the previous one was STS. Either way, welcome, Miss Kelly. Yeah, Kelly gave the gifted membership to Tori. Tori, hit those emojis.
And when they dated the gating system, sounds like Stargate. When they dated the gating system, it matches the style of technology of the gates that they used at Gaza at that time of Samson. And that was the gate that was missing from Gaza.
Yeah.
I call BS on all that.
All of it. I mean, who pulls out a fence and then they say, hey, my gate's gone. I'm just going to leave it like that. They're either going to put the gate back or it was, at the end of a battle or something like that. No. That's like Scott said, BS, 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 BS. And Tori has been around here for 6 months. Appreciate you hanging out with us, Tori. And that calls for some toast.
We love toast. We love toast. We love toast. We love toast. We love toast.
We absolutely love toast. We love Tori. And we love people who support the channel. Thank you very much. You rock.
Okay, a quick visit of Copilot uncovers the fact that there have been no actual archaeological gates in Israel identified as the gates that Samson tore off the gate there in Judges. What has been found are mosaics, artwork depicting the event that are dated 5th century CE. So way off.
They fill in the story. That's all they do.
Yeah.
Understanding is that the other gates were still there, but one was missing. And they found it 30 miles away, roughly, on that hill before Hebron, buried. They dug it up. Whoa, this is the correct gate. It matches everything like that. I'm trying to think some of the other things. The crossing of the Red Sea. Another thing was that at the crossing of the Red Sea, and I wrote this in the comments that you and I were discussing, so don't be surprised if it's missing. Thank you, Gestapo Tube.
Just hit newest.
They found 2 pillars. I've seen them, not in person, but I've seen multiple photographs of them at the location. And they were inscribed that King Solomon, which would be the son of King David of Israel, that he had placed those there many years later as a commemoration that this site was the crossing point. See, most people think...
Yeah, I've seen those photos too, and they...
Wait, so now
nothing.
he's switching back from the gates back to the crossing? Okay.
Yeah, he went back to the crossing that there's
Yeah.
a pillar there or something, and it's just, there's a lot of rocks there. I don't see where he's putting these together, but then again, he thinks the Hawaiian shirt guy is an excellent source. So, providing you get him from when he changed his mind, which
Well, knowing that now that he's not a pastor or a preacher or something like that, I feel for the guy more than anything now, because he's just taking in what misinformation purveyors are sending out to these congregations. You can argue that everybody should be responsible for getting the right information and doing the right research, but these people do place a lot of trust in the folks that stand up in front in the podium, and they're just being fed misinformation, and the preachers who deign to do it are passing on that same information as misinformation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's really, really bad. I was proud at how bad he is. We'll take it for what it is.
That the crossing of the Red Sea was the crossing of a shallow marsh, which had those Egyptians drown in ankle-deep water.
Okay. I don't get this line of reasoning. I had a boss back in the 90s talk about the same thing about, they said it's the Reed Sea, but how did all those soldiers drown in a Reed Sea? Sir, they did not drown. It's all made up.
And even if not, they were a couple people chasing after a couple people.
Yeah.
Now, if they got away, then they say, oh, well, they got away because they drowned. And the water wasn't actually to their ankles. It was on. And they made up the story.
Yeah.
Because there is no archaeology to back up, and not even an Exodus. And then when, like I said, when you go from there, they had Roman outposts that would have chased down an escaped slave. And if they wanted to sound good, that we sure showed those Romans, then they would have moved it to deeper water, and they all drowned, and there was more people, and just like any other story that grows. But no, there's no evidence for any of those things.
That's what I want to say. Like, we all know what happens to stories that are conveyed through word of mouth.
Yeah.
Like
we appreciate you too, Detroit Atheist Queen. Thank you very much.
It's like, oh yeah, when you catch a fish and you tell the first person like it's 2 inches, then like at the end of the week you caught a 12-foot fish, like.
Right. Yeah, the Bible is a giant exaggeration. So if he's taking the Bible literally, then that's what he's getting, is a lot of exaggeration. The Rabid Atheist has his own stream to do, 7:00. Enjoy your weekend, Fangs, and Bigfoot be praised. Hey, Ed, thanks for stopping by, and make sure you go check out Ed when I'm done. Over at the Rabid Atheist, Ed has a good channel. If you want a viewpoint from a former pastor, there's where you can get one. Ed was a former pastor.
I was just looking at tall tales, big stories, and here are the things that Paul Bunyan accomplished. He carved the Grand Canyon with his massive axe being dragged behind him. He also created the Great Lakes so that Babe the Blue Ox could have a trough big enough to drink out of. Apparently, he went up from there into Mike's area in Minnesota, and shaped all 10,000 of the what do they call them? Not the Great Lakes, but the 10,000 lakes of Minnesota. Now, those are all Babe the Blue Ox's footprint. So there's a whole lot of amazing things that Paul Bunyan did. I guess they're historical too.
Oh, absolutely.
They're there. There's a Grand Canyon. There are Minnesota's lakes.
And they're explained. They have an explanation. It was written down. And
a quick callback, as the Rabid Atheist does not have a ranch. There's a link to the stream, so you can watch it after we're done.
Ranch. What?
No.
Jeez.
They're great.
How did I miss Ed?
So I had to go there, find the stream link, and drop it there. Oh, there's more people that dropped their channel at least. Good.
Rabbit Atheist. There you go. You have a wrench. Make sure you drop your link. I don't know how I missed you, but I did. It happens. It happens. There's a lot of people.
It happens. It happens.
Hey, I want to ask the Canadians who are listening to us right now, do they have their own version of Paul Bunyan? You know, some legendary folk hero that did all these amazing things like we have with Paul Bunyan and Babe the Blue Ox. And I think there was a dog that like got cut in half and got sewed back together with the hind legs pointing up. I think that was one of Paul Bunyan's. But I just wonder if there are Canadian equivalents.
Kelly says,
I've never
our
heard
friend
of it.
Lilith and fellow Java and Jugs co-host has a new channel. Let's get her 200. I believe I saw that the other day. So yeah, help her out. Get over to that channel. And Mighty Filber wants to know, did Scott say Paul Bunyan was dragging his massive ass behind him? I think he did. I think he did.
I'm not familiar with those stories. Like,
Paul,
I think the biggest story we have over here is the boy who put his finger in the dike.
yeah, I know that story. Paul Bunyan's got some good stories. How he defeated everybody's swinging the axe and everything, and there's a lot of explanations. Was one of them is where one of them fell down or something. I believe that's a lake or something too. And yeah, they used Paul Bunyan is a good example of the Bible. It's using something to explain things, and that's fine. But it really wasn't Paul Bunyan, and it really wasn't anybody in the Bible. But they do explain things. So when you see a big hole in the ground, and your son asks or your daughter asks, where'd that hole come from? And you're hundreds or thousands of years in the past, you made up a fictional being or character or an animal or something that did this, and call it good. And nobody cared really, because nobody knew any better. So it's all good, but you have to keep up with the times. So you're writing Bible stories, and you're writing Paul Bunyan stories, and you're writing the person with his finger stuck in the hole in the dike and all those things to explain things. But as time passes, you have to accept that that wasn't really how it happened. It makes a nice story, though. Leave it there.
And about the Dutch story about the boy that put his finger in the dike. Don't do that without consent.
Yeah, don't put your finger in somebody's hole.
Sorry.
I mean, that ain't cool.
Sorry, Dad.
Thoughts on the Shroud of Turin? One of my videos is on the Shroud of Turin. So if you want to know my thoughts on the Shroud of Turin, look up my video on the Shroud of Turin. I don't think it in any way lines up with anything historical or in the Bible. So, but if you want to know every detail, I did a video on the Shroud of Turin. I sure did.
The Bible seems to indicate that the crossing the Red Sea was not at the Gulf of Suez, definitely not in a marsh. It seems to indicate that it was at the Gulf of Aqaba. So
no, it says when there's a mistranslation, it's the Reed Sea, which can only mean in a shallow area because reeds don't grow in a deep area. So it's your reading of the Bible the way you want it to be read. That's it.
If you look at the Sinai Peninsula, the Sinai Peninsula is a V shape, and on either side, where my fingers are, would be the Gulf of Suez and the Gulf of Aqaba. And the Gulf of Aqaba, the second one, over by the land of Midian, over by Saudi Arabia, that is the one that's believed to be the actual crossing point where they crossed. And
believers don't even know where it's at, so I don't know how a non-believer is supposed to figure out where it's at when believers don't even agree where it's at. And again, if the translation is wrong, like many translations in the Bible are, and it's not even in the right spot. And
it was also translated correctly. Come
Yeah.
on. We all know that. Like,
this just explains things without a good explanation. It's kind of like God. It's a placeholder. You say God did it, and then you figure out, well, no, it was actually lightning and it's a static discharge. Okay, well, God didn't do that. Well, see, there's where you need to go. As time passes, you realize, well, God didn't actually do that. It's a natural thing. It was just an explanation at the time.
but God made all the natural things.
There's my link. Tilting windmills on it. Dave's shroud video. I did make a video on the shroud.
Now, there's
If you
another
wanna know
guy.
what I
Thank you,
think,
Tilty.
There's another guy that has done a lot of shroud video on his channel. He always carries a bow tie. He's on with like Erica and Dr. Dan and that bunch a lot. He's a nuclear engineer, and so he worked with Erica on the heat problem, associated with the Great Flood. But I can't remember the channel name. So, but there's some excellent material on the shroud there too. So after you're done with watching Dave's content, I'll find that channel for y'all here in a second.
is there reason to doubt?
That's him. That's him.
Reason to doubt.
Tilting Windmill. He is, or they. I don't know.
It's a he.
Okay, he is just quick with those links. He's the link master.
Most definitely.
We appreciate Tilting Windmill very much, and he will be missed on weeks that he's not around. And I hope you have a good time with the family. And it goes for everybody. Digital Hammurabi. Yeah,
I'm not aware of anything that
that
he's done, or even his wife has done on the shroud. But Digital Hammurabi is a great source of information on biblical slavery, Assyriology, and things like that. So I would definitely subscribe to Digital Hammurabi.
Yep. There's a lot of good channels out there, and I'm not the only one. There's been plenty of people that have done shroud videos. I think Ember has done one. I think Tux TV has done one. I can go on and on for people who have done one. It's obvious to almost everybody except true believers. And I'm not talking about believers in the Bible. I'm talking about true believers in the shroud, because most of the people that follow the Bible follow the church or follow the shroud, also follow the church's interpretation. And the church doesn't accept that it's from mid-centuries. Or that it's from first century. It is from the middle centuries. So it's not even close. What they name it is an art piece that somebody really believed, and they made a piece of art. And that's what the church's stance is. And anybody that follows that would also agree with that. And hello, ambushed apostate Seth. Hey, Dave.
Hello.
Hey, chat. Hello.
Hey, ambushed.
Hope the new move and the new job are going well for you.
That location, there is a perpendicular coral reef. It's the only one known to be in the entire world, because they normally, like, the Great Barrier Reef, they move alongside the sea shore. This goes
What? He's trying to explain coral reefs now. I don't think you should explain coral reefs.
against it. It goes perpendicular, and it crosses from one point to the other, and you descend down into it and cross over to the other.
I might have to look that up. I'm going to have to look that up.
What is he yapping about?
Is there a coral reef across the Red Sea? Is there a coral reef across the Red Sea?
Yes, the Red Sea is famous for its extensive and unique coral reefs, which form complex systems along its coasts. This is along its coast as well, does not go across. So there's a picture. Doesn't seem to be making them studied for their resilience to climate change because it's a smaller area. These reefs are found formations like Fringing Reef and Barrier Reef, particularly in the northern central parts, and are home to endemic species. So, no, it doesn't seem to go across. It seems to run just like the other ones do. So, you got that wrong. Big surprise. Okay. It doesn't run across. They didn't walk across the reef.
It's covered in sand. I've seen it.
Covered in sand?
And
what reef is covered in sand? You've seen it. You've seen pictures of it because you've already admitted to not being there. And I don't think you know what you're talking about.
and it makes sense that the Bible talks in Psalms that the Egyptians, after the Jews got out of there, the water came rushing back down, and the Bible says that that God overthrew them. And I think if you look up the word overthrew, it's like knocking down and falling off of something. Well, that's what happened.
Dave?
The people fell off that.
Can you pause it for a sec? Yeah.
Go ahead.
I just looked it up. Like, how long did it take me? Few, not even a minute, I think.
Yeah.
And I found a satellite imagery of the Red Sea showing the reefs. None is going across. None of them.
They seem to be just like the other ones. They're formed by a coastline and the currents along the coastline. Right.
Yep.
So he doesn't know what he's talking about. And if he's been there, he wasn't there. And if he's seen it, he didn't actually seen it. And if he saw Ron Wyatt's pictures, they could be from anywhere and doctored in any way, shape, or form.
Yep.
But you're wrong. Me and Brainless both say you're wrong. So look it up for yourself.
That says something.
There's a picture right there. I see the picture you're looking at. And yeah, no, you're wrong.
And like, if you get debunked by somebody called Brainless, you're not doing a great job.
You're not doing a great job.
Just saying.
And I had my head cracked open. So there's another one for you. You don't have the best people here to be critiquing your argument, and it's quite easily debunked.
Yeah.
So
yeah, like we don't even have all the smart people here, and the smart people that are here are muted. So like, you're still getting debunked, dude. Like, come on.
We don't have Mike here. It's been here since these things happened. So he
since
might
the
have a
crossing
different
happened.
opinion, but I'll ask him later. But I'm pretty sure he'll say the same thing.
Yeah,
Purple Rhymes with Orange. Speaking of Purple Rhymes with Orange, I told Purple I wasn't sure if I'd be able to do Christmas or not this year because of my health. I'm not making any promises, but Purple is doing the Christmas stream this year, as always. And if anybody would like to participate and give up some of their time, I believe Purple gives out hour or two blocks to cover Christmas Eve and Christmas. And that also includes coverage around the world. So that's different time zones as well. To for all those that are home alone or home by them, speaking as plural, themselves, would like to have some company on Christmas, you always have it here on YouTube at Purple Stream. So stop by there 24 hours a day for the couple of days around Christmas. This is eve and day, including the time zones, so it goes even a little longer. And just hang out, talk with people, and not be alone on Christmas. So get a hold of Purple. She's on Discord, Purple Rhymes with Orange, and let her know that you'd like to help out and what times you're free, etc. And she will surely put you on the list.
Yeah, if you can't find them, find me, because I do have them in my chat list. If you can't find them, find one of us. We can help you connect.
That's right. And any of us that you know, we all know Purple too, and that's going to be so. Kelly's going to be part of Purple Stream, joining with Lil of All Trades. So a good deal. Like I said, I didn't want to make any promises because of my health. So I have been there in previous years, but I told Purple, I don't want to make any promises right now, and I think that's a responsible thing to do. If somebody needs some help, though, I may stop by. We'll see. If I'm not feeling up to it, then you won't see me. So, but either way, Purple does accommodate people that are, maybe home alone or for whatever reason, not just lonely, but miss their airplane or their hotel or whatever, and just can't get home to see the family. We're here for you. So somebody will be over on Purple's channel, one way or another.
So is there like a video that says what to do once we get over to her channel or their channel?
Do whatever you want.
I'll go look up if there's something about that.
You can do, but pretty much I understand that you can do whatever you want. You can show videos, you can have guests on, whatever, so that people don't feel like they don't have a friend in the world when you do.
Yeah.
Cross underwater, that once the water was parted and it's dry and the Jews go across, then the Egyptians try to follow, and then the water cracks.
Yeah, once it's parted and dry, like the seabed just dries right out. I mean,
And did you know that Paul Bunyan formed the Grand Canyon but with his axe, A-X-E?
With his axe?
Yeah, so there's some cool stories out there, aren't there?
Yeah.
What she did, such a bitch that he dragged her. Oh my God, that's mean. Oh,
here's the Discord for Purple. So there you go. Here's the Discord. You can get a hold of Purple, drop Purple.
There's probably something there.
What times you're available, and don't be too specific because somebody else might have already picked that time. But and Purple likes to do I think the mainstay hours. So right in the middle of the holiday is Purple's time. But again, she goes all morning, all night. Anybody that's in different time zones, especially that doesn't always get to participate in these things, perfect for you because we're on 24 hours. So if you are Mark Reed or Fred or somebody on the other side of the planet, you can no problem picking in the middle of the night or the middle of the morning.
Yeah, I believe it starts as soon as the first place on Earth has Christmas, and it ends when the last place on Earth their Christmas ends, right?
I think it's Christmas Eve too.
Oh, okay, yeah, something like that. But like,
it's a holiday, and the hours around it, right. And you all you have to do is ask, and Purple will tell you. So,
yeah.
And Purple does this out of her own heart, caring for other people out there, so they have a friend. So,
yeah, they're good people.
Yeah, she's doing 48 hours. I believe I'm streaming like 2 a.m. Yeah, there's the thing. It's all night, all day, for a couple of days. So make sure you check with Purple, and if you have some time available, donate an hour or two and be a friend of somebody. And there will be plenty of people that go from show to show. Need somebody to talk with, to plan things, to run a video. I planned something to have it ready, and by the time we got done talking, there was no time left to run a video or anything. So, if all you want to do is just say hi, hello, Merry Christmas to everybody, you can do that as well. Whatever, it's all good.
Yeah. If you go on and you have people on, I'll probably drop by for a bit. I don't know if Commander's going to. You
will see familiar faces or names, I'm sure.
Down
and new faces and names. That's even better.
Of this thing, they're overthrown. And they descend down into the deep part of the ocean. Well, they were able to find chariot wheels in the shallows, and they were able to find horse hooves that were coralized.
No, that's one of the problems. Is
There's not coral all over those wheels. That was one of the problems.
Come on. Coral lice. Okay.
Nor would they be, because they're going across the ocean, and we've already debunked that. So you're batting zero. You really are. Forget the Ron Wyatt guy. Terrible source. Everything in the Bible, Ron Wyatt found. And what's funny about Ron Wyatt is that he often found it when he wasn't even trying. He just said, "Oh yeah, it's right over there." I don't know what these archaeologists have been doing for 2,000 years, but I looked and there it is. Go ahead, Brainless.
Coral lice is not even a thing.
Had coral growing on it. Yeah, he's got pictures of brand new shiny wheels that are not even the ones to the date, number of spokes or something like that. Yeah, it's. Hey, Joe, how you doing?
Hi, Joe.
Good to see you, Joe.
What's up, guys?
We were just talking about one of our favorites.
Good to see you. I thought I would use my link you sent me.
Yeah.
I noticed.
Well, we noticed that this guy's
had
talking
this
about
brought
Ron
up
Wyatt an awful
recently.
lot. Did it have you? Yeah.
I had Ron Wyatt stuff brought up to me recently when talking with some apologists. So I thought it was a good stream to jump in and hang out with you.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
Every stream is a good stream to jump in and hang out.
Hey, I keep hearing about Ron Wyatt, so
yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do another video, Dave.
I know they keep bringing him up. He's going to be resurrected very soon here, isn't he?
Yeah.
That's one of our big videos is Ron Wyatt. So if you want to hear
Dave
what
did a
me
great
and
video talking about Ron Wyatt.
Yeah, we went through all kind of videos and everything, and like I say, Ron Wyatt doesn't have a friend or a relative except for his loyal wife and kids. Everybody else says he was a big fraud, just out for the money. And it seems like all he has is some paper mache in his museum, and everything else he couldn't produce. And, you know, as far as being an archaeologist, no, he wasn't.
I think it was a nurse, anesthetist.
Yeah.
Yes, correct.
Knocked people out for a living.
He had delusions of Indiana Jones.
Yeah, he had the outfit.
Yeah.
But and he had a noble job. I mean, there's nothing wrong with putting people under. You got to know what you're doing. The one guy didn't show up for my father-in-law's thing, and they had to postpone it because these people are very vital. So
here's my perspective on Ron Wyatt. Here's what you're asked to believe. You have a man that claims that he has found every supernatural and religious artifact that is mentioned throughout the Bible. He's found all of these things. He himself admits he has no evidence to show you he's found these things. So you're asked to believe it based on Ron Wyatt's word because you have nothing else to go on. And so the question is, should we listen to Ron Wyatt's word? And I think whenever you look into who Ron Wyatt was, the answer is obviously no. So I don't really know why this keeps getting brought up, but it does.
Seems every so many years he gets brought back up again, apparently looking for a new audience that hasn't heard about him.
Yeah.
Like this guy. This guy's just, wow, Ron Wyatt. It's like, how old are you, dude? And you just heard about Ron Wyatt? I mean, I remember when Ron Wyatt was on television, and I can't believe you're not that old. You've lost enough hair on top there that you've got to at least be in your 30s, 40s, right?
I think a lot of people remember that there's been things where they found the Ark on a mountain, or they've probably heard wind of this guy claims to found the Ark of the Covenant. But I don't think outside of the religious circles, a lot of people probably knew who Ron Wyatt was. I didn't at the time he was supposedly making discoveries. But I think people heard of some of his things. If you say you heard about him finding Noah's Ark on top of that mountain, they probably heard about that. Of course, that's been claimed by multiple people, but
that's what made it on TV was him discovering the Noah's Ark thing. That's what I remember. I don't remember anything about him, but I do remember it being on TV. And I think, was it Barbara Walters or one of the big names was in on it? Yeah. Until they jumped too fast, and then they found out who he was, and then they backed off. Go ahead, Joe.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Who?
Joe's robotic.
And Joe's glitching out.
Okay, we're going to go on with Mr. Bad Hair here. Chime in whenever you're available, Joe.
No.
Don't
call him Mr. Bad Hair.
Pillars
Mr.
on
Bad
either
Hair
side.
in the side chat.
One of the pillars is destroyed. It had fallen down and waddled back and forth in the water until it cleaned off the words. But the other one was still erect.
What a coincidence that the rock fell down and wore off the words.
Yeah, because there were words on that rock. They could see that the words were on there. Because
they had words back then in Egypt, where words were everywhere.
What a coincidence!
Instead of pictures of concepts.
Hieroglyphs.
Correct on the Saudi Arabian side, the land of Midian side, and you could still read it, and it talks about
pictures of concepts.
King Solomon.
I don't know. Does Egypt have a hieroglyph for nonsense? Maybe.
No, because nonsense is something
It's
that
the
you would not spend
poop emoji.
time on, and like the hieroglyphs, like they take time to put on there, so they only put down things that they really thought were important. So nonsense would not be there.
Commemorating that
They use the
spot.
poop emoji.
For many
I go with
years,
Joe.
even
It's
including
a
into
poop
my
emoji.
lifetime, up until, 10 years ago, 15 years ago or so, the claim amongst a lot of the scholars and atheists were that there is no such person as Pontius Pilate.
No, but
15 years ago?
see,
Hell
they
no.
use
That's-
this a lot.
Who said that?
Who says there was no Pontius Pilate? I mean, if you agree with any part of the story, then Jesus was crucified and for crimes. So if you take out all the supernatural stuff, there's no reason to discount Pontius Pilate. And I don't know anybody that did, including atheists, just because they found this writing or his name on a book or whatever it was. Who cares?
But see, there's outside corroboration of who that person is and that he exists historically. You can look at outside references to find Pontius Pilate's place in the Roman Empire and what he did and things he wrote and all that stuff. There's multiple places you can find those things, which is different than the story that they're trying to put forward.
Yeah, and wasn't that also a different time as when that was supposedly happened? Because I believe that was also a thing.
Pontius
Like,
Pilate is.
Like,
Well, according
was
to my
that
research on Copilot, there was a pilot
There's all
stone that
kinds
was
of problems
discovered
with their
in
timeline.
1961. There was a pilot ring with his name on there, or something attributed to him, discovered in 1968 or 9, and there are various coins found throughout Judea of pilots that symbolize or commemorate Pilate's governorship. So this was long before 15 years ago. So once again, poor guy has been fed all sorts of misinformation, and he's probably wrong too.
Well, I've heard this quite often that people didn't accept Pontius until they found his name or something. It's like, well, I mean, yes and no. As far as people like me that accept the story that there was Jesus, a troublemaker, and he ran into Pontius, who was the leader of the area. it's not really a big deal. Now, if you want to name down for particulars, for year and names and stuff like that, yeah, if you're Richard Carrier or somebody that wants to argue Jesus a lot, I really don't care. And like they said, there was a lot of people that came before Rome that messed around with Rome and found out. And it seems that Jesus was one of them. Now, if the guy's name was Pontius or not, who really cares, you know, other than it proves that he's the one that gave the execution order. Well, we've already granted you that the guy was probably executed along with thousands of other people. So it doesn't really make it special. It does corroborate it. But I've never heard atheists use it as a strong argument that Jesus didn't exist because they hadn't found evidence of Pontius Pilate. That just seems a bit of a stretch, unless you're a literalist and you're trying to put every last little bit together. Yes, I could see it, but I'll grant you a Pontius Pilate. So, you know, I don't know who you're talking to, and go ahead.
I would defer to biblical scholars on this one. You know, they have writings from Pontius Pilate, historians and scholars do, and there are some questions about the authenticity of some of those writings among some scholars, but I don't know of any serious scholar or counter apologetics person that would say Pontius Pilate didn't exist. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, because 15 years ago would have been 2005, and
no,
2010.
2000. I'm sorry, it's too late at night. Don't expect me to do math after dark.
Count by fives. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Yeah.
Do not come with the. It's too fucking late, dude. Don't come with that.
Don't math at me.
Come on, for you it's early.
The only archaeological evidence that we really didn't have of Pilate was the inscription on that Pilate ring, which I think had to be, curated and taken care of. Like around 2018, they did some extra cleaning or whatever on it, and it said something like "of Pilate" on it.
Yeah.
So so the guy just doesn't know the archaeology, doesn't know the history of it. Once again, poor guy's been fed all sorts of bull crap by the likes of Hovind and other young Earth creationists.
This is an example of straw manning.
And it's because, people know the name from the Bible, then they just assume that it's true, like this guy. But when you do a little looking, then you discover whether something's true or not. And a lot of the people in the Bible is not true, but it seems that Pontius was true. Now, again, if the story of Jesus is true, the story of the invasion is true, who ruled the place is true. Now, what year it was might float around a little bit, but you can't float around too much or you go beyond a person's lifespan. So they've got to settle on something. And again, I don't think any of the atheists have made a hardcore argument against this.
Yeah. I don't know who claimed that.
Yeah, it's just one of those
I don't even think that's his point, though. I don't even think his point is about Pontius Pilate. He's just straw manning atheists to start from that point so he can then make an argument against the atheists that don't believe Pontius Pilate was a real person and then discount the rest of their argument based on that. I don't think he's ever really made or I don't think he's making any kind of formal argument here. I think he's kind of just full of shit.
Well, mostly he has been, so we'll go with that.
Yeah.
Whoops. Then they started finding all sorts of proof. There's ancient Roman history records. I think Josephus talks about him. They found at Caesarea on the sea, they found a wall that talks about Pontius Pilate. And then they found...
Wait a minute. Hold on for just a second. if Josephus wrote about him, which he did, then people have known about Pilate for centuries because he's in there, and Josephus is one of the most studied, Jewish historians of all time. So that just refutes what he's saying, because if he's in there, then people believe he was a real person. We just didn't have any archaeological evidence
outside of like Paul. Josephus is one of the most trusted sources for biblical historicity,
which only gives you that Jesus was executed. Nothing beyond that. Just a person named Jesus was executed.
Yeah, a person named Jesus was executed. And like, but
that's not what it says either, though.
Yeah, and like, who says that all the stories in the Bible of a Jesus were the same Jesus?
So the one thing that is referred to, written by Pontius Pilate, that apologists try to use to make arguments with, is that there is an entry from Pilate where they crucified the Christos, was how it was written. But the way that it was written in Greek doesn't mean Messiah or the Christ. It was actually a name that people had. So that's questionable in itself of who that's even talking about. But that's the entry that apologists use. But also that whole portion of writings by Pilate has been it's been asserted that it may be and probably is a forgery. So both ways, the one argument that they use about Pontius Pilate is correct.
And Jester says, Josephus says that Christians believe that Christos was crucified. Again, was that Jesus? Well, who knows?
Well,
they also said something about there's a new cult called Christianity. Nothing about whether it's true or not, just that it's another among many. Go ahead, Joe.
This builds the narrative that apologists use, where they say this church father said this about this other church father, so it's true. And where they start saying, well, just because it's old church fathers that are writing these things, it must be true. And that's where we start getting into Aquinas and all that crap. But this is the building blocks of that argument.
Turn my phone down. Sorry about that. I messaged Mike. I made sure I turned up the phone. And now I turned it down. And then when he messages me back, I'll have turned it down and he won't get the message. That's how it goes, though.
Tell him to let you have wireless access to his thermostat, and then just turning it down a couple of degrees, because he'll start yelling about the thermostat.
Every time he gets cold, he knows to call Dave.
That was an old joke. I'm sorry.
Don't apologize for telling the truth.
300 or 3,000 bricks. They found a paved road. Pontius Pilate had apparently gathered the taxes for it, or in some way was in charge, and his name was written on each brick. So when they dug this thing up, they start finding like hundreds or thousands, I forget the number, I'm thinking thousands, of bricks, each with having his bearing.
I'm gonna have to check this one too.
Yeah, so that dude was real. Or there was a guy that ruled a certain area with that name. Okay, cool. Now prove that the rest of the Bible is true. Because like if you're in that time period or like a bit later, like, and you want to make your story sound believable, you're gonna look up like who's the real ruler at that time. You're gonna ask around and then it's that one. Not like I'll add that one into my story.
Where he's getting this from is there is a road in Jerusalem, but the reason they say something about commission by Pontius Pilate is because of the coins found underneath, though no inscription with his name found on the road itself. So
Wrong.
He's wrong. He's stretching the truth.
Wrong.
Every brick did not have Pontius's name on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I think it's a stupid argument. I mean, obviously, we're just having fun here, but like,
Yeah.
I think it's stupid to sit and say, like, you're going to say atheists don't believe this person exists and then sit and argue about why they do when you have what atheists? Who said this? Because I don't know anyone who's claimed that ever. I mean, I think it's pretty well accepted and demonstrated history that Pontius Pilate existed.
And it doesn't prove anything magical anyways.
Yeah, it doesn't mean anything though. Like, just because you have real people and places in your story doesn't mean that everything that happens in it is real.
Right.
Yeah. Like, hey, come on! Like in Harry Potter, they visit London, so Harry Potter stories must be real, right?
Yeah.
So at the time, there were a lot of religious texts being written, and the literary style of the time was to take actual stories or descriptions of actual places and then exaggerate those into your writing. That's one of the ways in which they told people, and historically how we see the people contemporary to that time wrote literature. But also there's certain motifs that are mentioned within the New Testament itself that are common throughout literary writings in that area around that time as well. So you have things like the empty tomb is not unique or original to the Bible. The crucifixion, the rising after 3 days, the going off into the wilderness, all the born of a virgin, all of those things are motifs that existed in literature before the New Testament is even claimed to have been written.
Yeah, the most of the stories were stolen. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Romans built roads. Say it isn't true.
Yeah.
And what a shitty time to be named Jesus Christ. Well, yeah, you're only mistaken for the wrong one, right?
Yeah. Will the real Jesus please stand up?
Will the real Jesus Christ please stand up?
Coins found under the road. Yeah, there's a difference between coins found and his name on every brick, on every brick that was used for the road. There was a big difference.
Coins existed before the road, apparently.
Yeah. It's the same thing they use about coins in a well and stuff like that. Well, depends when they dug the well, and depends when and who threw the coins in the well. And there's just so many things that don't mean anything, really.
Can we use that to explain the geologic column to creationists, you think?
Maybe.
No.
No.
If they accept it,
you can.
Nah.
You can explain it to them, but it just won't take. It's like planting a water plant on a rock in the sun in the desert.
Watching a monkey hump a football.
It's fun for the monkey, but doesn't do much.
Yeah. Doesn't accomplish anything.
Yeah.
His name.
Well, that's what the stream is.
Yeah. And one thing I have not been able to find a second source for, and that is that I had heard a story years ago from like an archaeologist or an evangelist or something, that they had recently uncovered a logbook in Israel that the Jewish priests kept of their daily expenses for the temple. And in that area, they went through the logbook and went to the time of Christ. And the logbook notes, we paid so many pieces of silver or whatever the Bible mentions. We paid so and so to tell the grave guards to lie and not mention that Christ had risen. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. I've never been able to find.
It's not.
It's not.
Oh,
that's why you've never been able to find anybody corroborating it. It's not true.
That's called corroborating evidence. You don't have that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if they had that logbook, that we would never hear the end of it.
No.
And wait, what's that? What's that? The Jews that are. Yeah.
Let's pretend they do. For for the sake of argument, let's pretend they do. What's the problem with it still?
There isn't.
Well, I mean, I think there
Not
is.
for me.
Mean, even if they have what he's claiming that they have, which they don't, that still doesn't get you to the point of this story's true. It's there's, you know, I personally don't believe the person referred to as Jesus ever existed in any way, but like it probably is rooted somewhere. There's a person that they wrote about and made the story about. That's likely, but the Jesus that's written about is in no way an actual person. So like I don't think it gets him any further than that. And I mean, so what? He's laid out a bunch of nothing that doesn't really do anything. It's not a foundation for what he's going to claim.
That's what I say. Whether you believe it or not, it doesn't really matter. So you can say it didn't exist, or you can say existed. Or like me, I can say that, well, there was probably a guy named Jesus. There was a lot of guys named Jesus.
Yeah.
So it all depends how you look at it. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What matters is the magical stuff, the supernatural stuff. And that's what you have to demonstrate. Otherwise, Jesus is no different than a Gandhi or anybody else who tried to make changes in the world around him. That's basically it.
Well, and you have to believe that on faith alone. It requires that.
Right.
And by the way, like all of those motifs we talked about that are in there that exist in other literature, you have to believe that it's just a coincidence that those are there, but this time it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All those other religions are false. But this one,
even though they claim the exact
same
stuff
true.
happened.
Yeah.
They have the exact.
I always love that.
There's like 30 different sects of religion from that time that all had stories that were similar to the Jesus story, and it's like none of that so none of that happened, but this one did. Why? And it's like, oh, you got to believe on faith alone, and it's like, yeah, you have to. Suspension of belief, you know, like suspension of disbelief to do that. Like it literally is make believe.
And it doesn't discount the other religions in any way. If you're going to accept a bunch of supernatural stuff, then you have to accept a bunch of supernatural stuff. And if you do, then the rules are off no matter what the religion is, because they're all claiming supernatural stuff.
Yeah, once you've allowed magic to be an answer to any question, then we're like, there's nothing to talk about past that, because you've agreed that there are no rules at that point. Like anything can happen in the proposed, you know, hypothetical. So like once magic is asserted as a cause for anything, you know, it's where do you go from there?
You can go all the way to Bigfoot did it, because it's very clear that Bigfoot did it.
Yeah.
And heads right back to the lobster did it, the teapot did it, the giraffe did it.
Spaghetti
make up
monster.
whatever character you want. Yeah, Sketty monster. Make up the character you want. And well, there you go. Make that your answer. It's no different than the other ones, because like you said, they don't have any proof. They're just taking it on faith. Well, I have faith that Bigfoot did it, you know, and you can't prove me wrong. Same thing.
No, I agree completely. Every aspect of the Bible requires that you believe in things that you have no evidence for. And when you take a critical look at those things, not only is there a lack of sufficient evidence, because sometimes they have evidence, but it's just not sufficient to make the claim that they're making. But like all through the Bible, though, it requires that you just believe things. And whenever you ask like the question without presupping it all to be true, when you actually ask the question and say, is there any reason I should believe those things? You can't come up with one.
And good night, Scott. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah.
Good to see you, Scott. Sorry I talked too much.
No, Scott's had a long day. I'm sure he he babysits usually part of his day, and that takes a lot of it out of us old folks. So we
I haven't got to
appreciate
see you in so
donating
long,
your time.
Dave.
Yeah, I know.
I've been
You
worried
should come
about
on. You should come on more often.
Yeah.
you. Man,
Well,
I've just been busy. It's just been wild.
Life
I've
happens.
just been tired. That's all. I try to
Yeah.
dive in when anybody's online and at least say hello. But to be honest, I usually nod off listening to you guys. When Joe was on the other day with Robin, I have to admit that I nodded off.
Well,
I'm perfectly honest that I've been tired lately. So
We're
you
even.
know, the phone goes off and I click on the thing and I put you up on there, and then as I'm watching, the eyes just close. So, I can't.
Yeah, but what better thing is there than to fall asleep to familiar voices?
That's true.
I made an extra strength cup of coffee before I joined the stream.
There you go. Well, Mike did too, but it didn't help Mike out at all. He had a long day apparently.
Well,
But
Mike,
he's been doing family things for the holidays too, and he's also up early, and I always appreciate when Mike stays. Every once in a while, Mike hangs out until the end. So, and like I said earlier, Simos has been in hospital, and what are we gonna do? Hold it against him because he isn't feeling good? Well, no, we hope he feels good, and when he does, he's welcome back at any time. And same thing, we hope that he does his show very soon. In the meantime, people are covering for him.
Is Simos all right?
I don't want to speak for him, but we know he's had issues in the past, and it's probably one of those issues. It's worrisome enough to keep him in the hospital. So
Right. Well, yeah, I wouldn't ask that you give us personal information. I just wanted to make sure.
Anybody that knows Simos,
dire.
knows that Simos has dealt with this in the past, and we've how can I put it? We've seen a tube on his face, I guess. So we kind of know what's up, That's like a friend was asking me. I told a friend about somebody was in an accident, and he started asking me all kind of details. Like I cared to ask, and my wife was asking, my wife was laughing about it, and she said not about that he was sick or anything, but the fact that men don't ask usually, but some do, and most women will ask, but some don't. And I'm one of those guys that says, "Hey, I heard you were sick. You doing all right?" "Oh yeah, I'm going to doctor, or I'm in the hospital, and they're taking care of me or whatever." It's like, well, we'll put trust in the doctors, and I don't ask a lot of questions. I piece it together that this person was an accident and was messed up. This person had a heart problem. That's messed up. I don't need to know all the details to know that they're messed up. And with Simos, it's the same thing. He's dealt with this issue before. He had mentioned that he had gone in for a checkup, and that they wanted him to come back, and they ended up apparently keeping him because apparently they found something and there's something wrong. So we'll wait until he's home again, and then we'll I'm sure he'll let us know what's happening or what happened. So it was just good to hear from him, and that he's alive, and he wishes he was with us, and that providing he's got the good doctors and the good health to go along with it, that he will be back soon. So, but he was aware enough and well enough to send me a message and let me know. So I appreciate that, and it's it's one of those things guys do. And I'm not speaking for everybody. I'm just speaking generally. Is that hey, are you okay? Yeah, I'm okay. You gonna be home soon? Yeah, I'm gonna be home soon. Doctor's taking care of you. Doctors are taking care of me. Well, hey, man, I love you and all the best to you. I don't need to go on, and it's just not the way I am. So I didn't ask a whole lot of questions. I kind of figured it's the same old issue, and it's a reoccurring issue, and that he has something he has to take care of. So
yeah, and
that's how I check up on you.
Yeah. Hey, you still alive? I'm still alive.
Yeah, I think it's also kind of like if guys want to share more, then they'll share more, and like,
Yeah,
I think it's just important to let people know that you're there for them, and like if they want to talk, they can talk.
That's the thing. It's like not everybody wants to give out a lot of personal info and stuff, you know. And
and I think it's also a lot of people just feel that they would be bothering other people with their
that's the thing,
personal problems. And like, I think if you don't mind people dumping on you, let them know, because it can actually really help someone to talk about shit.
If somebody asks me what's going on, I tell them that I'm sick, you know. And it's the same thing, you know, when my buddy heard about what was going on, he heard that they found out something's wrong with me. And even though he'd had a heart attack, he stopped by and made sure I was okay. And I, in kind, said, "Hey, are you doing okay? You know, I heard you couldn't barely function or whatever." And he's like, "Yeah, doctors did this and that, and I need to go back and all this." And it's like, yeah, it sucks. And, you know, we chatted for a few minutes, just made sure we were both above ground, and we were listening to our doctors. And then he said, "Okay, man, I'll talk to you later." And he hopped in his vehicle and took off. You know, there wasn't no reason for him to stay all day. But on the same token, if somebody asks me what's going on, what have they done, I'll tell them. If they say, "Hey, how you doing?" I say, I'm tired. You know, that's mostly what I tell people. Everything's going all right. Doctors are okay. I ain't got no problems other than this sure kicks your butt and you're tired all the time. And I've read about people being tired, and they're right. You're tired. You wake up from a nap and you could close your eyes and take another nap. You're just
but like
you're always tired.
Your body is constantly fighting at the moment. It's constantly healing and repairing shit like that,
and dealing with the drugs and everything else too.
That but like that
uses energy.
Yeah, it does.
That uses a lot of energy. Like it's like, even if you're just sick, if you have a cold, like one of the main things you notice is you get really fucking tired.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That's just a fact, and shit happens.
Well, it's taken me more than a day to put together a video. You know, I download the video and I put all the stuff together and I get a thumbnail and I message Mike and I say, "Well, I've got it all together. I'll get you the stuff before the stream starts," and I take a nap. You know, I'm.
If you ever need me, like when the stream starts and you can't do it for some reason or whatever, like holler at me. I mean, I know you got Mike and Scott and all that, but like, just if a situation comes up, you need me or something, let me know. I'll come do your show for you.
And, I appreciate it. And I've taken everybody into consideration. I haven't been doing extra shows lately because I just don't have the energy. But I've been trying to do Saturdays because I've done Saturdays for so long, and there's only been a few of them that I've missed.
Keep going.
Yeah. And that's the thing. It gives me something to do, you know, and everything without being too overworked and overwhelmed, you know, where I go, "Oh man, I got to do this and I got to do this." If I just keep it to the one show, the other ones are just, well, I'll do them when I feel like it. Like Kelly asked me about coming on her channel, and I said, "Hey, you know, if I feel up to it, I'd be happy to." And I told Purple the same thing. I don't want to make you any promises right now. You know what I mean?
I'll be on Kelly's channel this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's, you know, it's just one of those things where, you know, I just haven't felt up to it. Now, when I was on Filbert and Brooklyn Lou's channel, I wasn't feeling tired yet. I still had the munchies. Of course, I was so geeked on drugs, I was very emotional and very loud. So, you know, it kind of depends on the up and down, you know. But this week is
how good the drugs are working.
Yeah, this week is another round of drugs, so we'll see what the drugs do. You know, who knows? But
you and I talk a lot in the background, Dave. Like we always have. We stay in touch, and like the things you're talking about, checking on each other, we do that with each other often. Now, since you got famous, we don't talk as much, but like we used to talk every single day. But I talk to you most days.
Is he replacing you with his fans?
Yeah.
Well, that's like I tell people about Mike. You know, he's kind of an old grumbly guy, you know, but I'll be damned he didn't send me a message. Hey, you all right? And
Mike's a
you
good
know,
guy.
James and I, we don't talk a lot because he likes to keep to himself, and his business is his business, which is fine.
Yeah.
But
That's best for some
I'll be
people.
damned if, you know, there wasn't a message, you know, from James, you know, hey, you doing all right, man? I ain't seen you around, you know. So, and all the rest of you, Brainless and Joe and Tori and all the rest of them that sent me messages, you know, I appreciate everybody checking on me. You know, I do.
Me and Tori have messages about you.
There you go. You know, and that's why I've cut it really short lately, just been saying I'm tired, because it's obvious why I'm tired. It's the same reason that everybody else is dealing with this, is tired, you know. Like you said, you're fighting it. You're fighting all the drugs, and the drugs apparently are attacking the good things as well as the bad things. And that's one of the problems with an illness like mine, is when you take the drugs, you're not just fighting the bad germs or whatever bad cells, is you're fighting the good ones too. So that's really hard on your body. And then to be able to replace the good ones is hard on your body. And it just goes, it builds up so much. But yeah, everybody checking on me warms my heart. I appreciate it.
Good.
And don't feel bad about asking me stuff or anything. I'm not, you know, I'm not one of those types, but you don't want to hear it, you know, that's fine too. Not everybody does. And I try to remember that, you know, people have their own issues too. And trying to share my burden with somebody like Simos or something, he's got his own problems to deal with. You know what I mean? So we just make sure, hey, you doing all right? Yeah, I'm doing all right. You know, listening to my doctor. And then from there on, you know, you go, hey, you know, I'll get a hold when you feel better. You know what I mean?
I can't fix your problems, but I can empathize with the ones that you have, you know, like I care about your well-being, even if I'm well aware there's nothing I can do about it, you know?
And there's John F in the chat too. He was sharing some love and sending some love my way, and I appreciate it. Yeah, it's one of those things you deal with, but then again, like I've been telling everybody that says I've got a good attitude, it's like, well, I had a bad attitude when I first found out, but
of course,
my attitude is also realism, and I'm old, you know. I'm not real old, but I am old, and every day we get older, it's like we're Tony Hawk. My wife was just talking about Tony Hawk. And ever since he turned 50, he just can't do what he used to do. It doesn't matter that he's got the talent. He's got, you know, plenty of talent. He's got the ability.
Tell Mrs. Desk I said hi.
I will. And but the fact is, you know, he's 50 years old now, so he's not going to be riding a skateboard upside down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No matter how bad he wants to. So you have to have a little
I
bit
bet
of
he can
realism.
still do a 900.
Yeah. Well, Bernie Kosar, great quarterback, great athlete all his life, and he got hit hard with that liver transplant. And I hope it's going well. I haven't heard anything recently, but he did get one. And but you know, here's a guy that was, you know, a top athlete, and he's in the hospital in a bad shape, you know, and you got to feel for him, but you got to realize he's also old. You know, Bernie was a quarterback many years ago too. So, you know, you take those things, and it's a shame when you hear about anybody, you know, movie stars, rock stars, you know, the Malcolm Young from AC/DC having dementia and everything before you pass is just, it's just cruel, you know, that you don't remember things and stuff. Bruce Willis, you know, any of those kind of people, you know, you feel bad for them, but then how bad are you going to feel for somebody who was a movie star or a rock star all their life? And then, yeah, it's sad that they weren't at the end, but you know, how many people were never to begin with, you know? So
yeah,
it goes back to life sucks.
Yeah. But they had a very interesting life, and like, that.
Yeah. I mean, it's sad that something else didn't take them out before their brain, but
Yeah.
It's tough for anybody that just doesn't pass away when they're old in their sleep. You know what I mean? For anybody else, it's always tough, you know? Now, when you hear about somebody that's old that passed in their sleep, you're like, hey, I wish, you know, I could go like that too. You know, everybody does. But it doesn't always work out that way. So, but
Yeah.
like I said, I've been one of those people too, where I've been lucky. Most of my life I've been healthy and I haven't had problems. I haven't been on the phone with the doctor all the time or fighting with insurance companies all the time, even though a lot of my friends have, you know, and I always feel bad for them when they have to deal with these things.
Yeah, fuck
that I
them
haven't had to
assholes.
deal with. Yeah, you know, all the way around. So, and it goes for the young people that have things, you know. And here I am, an old guy, and what am I going to do? Complain to some kid that's got something? Well, no, I just saw somebody that commercials got the same problem as me, but you know, they don't expect her to finish out the holidays, right? Now with me, I went plenty of holidays. You know what I mean? I opened plenty of presents, I gave out plenty of presents, and now I'm old, right? So I have to remember that. And even though it sucks, I could not wake up in the morning. So friend of mine had a boy, a young person, didn't wake up in the morning. They went to, you know, kick him in the butt, and there was no kicking to be done hard enough because he didn't want to wake up. And you know what? You know, I'm supposed to feel sorry for myself when this person didn't make it past his 25 or whatever. No.
Well,
you know what I mean? That sucks. That really sucks.
I think, Dave, that you are known as a really nice and caring person in this community. So the people that know who you are and how you care about others, you know, they hate to see you having trouble because you are selfless usually. I mean, like you care so much for others. And at this time, we just happen to care about you. And so it's, you know, I don't think that you're capable of sitting and just feeling sorry for yourself. Honestly, you're just not that guy. But
for short periods of time.
Right. I mean, of course, you know, some of these major events stop you in your tracks, and you have to sit and reassess the situation. But I think you're intelligent and a really nice, caring person, and your wife's great. You've got her there with you, and I think that you know, I think that because of that, you're receiving a lot of that back from the community itself.
And Renee, well, my wife, I've said her name before, but Mrs. Desk appreciates all of you too, and she always says hi to everybody and stuff. So she knows that you guys care for me and stuff, and it's appreciated. And you know, like I said, the hard part was being sat down by your doctor and, you know, getting the eyeball, you know, and it's like, oh shit, you know, this is serious stuff, you know. When most of the time I've gone to the doctor and he literally gave me 2 aspirin and told me to go home and stretch it out, you know, and I'd be fine.
Yeah.
And this time I kind of was expecting the same thing, and you know, it was bad news instead of good news. So
yeah, I've met your wife. Go ahead, Brainless. I'll talk enough.
No. I was like, I guess,
she's a good person.
I met your wife. I met your wife, and she actually like pointed to me and was like, "Hi, Joe," and I was like, I didn't know who she was at first, you know, because there was a bunch of people there at gyms, and she was like, "Hi, Joe," and I was like, "Oh, hi, how's it going?" And it took me a minute to connect the dots of who I was talking to, but she was just so super nice and happy to talk to me because me and you were friends. So you know, I know
she does watch my videos. So if you've ever been on my channel, she's seen your mug. So
yeah, and we've said hi to each other before that, you know, like when you and I have done videos together, like behind the scenes. We've said, hey, you know, what's up? But it was awesome to meet her. She's a very nice person.
And I've got great kids too. I mean, it's like I asked my son earlier, hey, can you get started on the pond? Because, you know, I cover up the pond in the wintertime and all. And yeah, he didn't even say anything to me. He just shook his head. And next thing I know, he's got the whole thing up. I mean, he's got the greenhouse up. And I told him just to wire down the frame for the wind and stuff, you know, and just by the middle of the month, because I like to have it covered by Christmas is usually the rule. And what I had told him, and I noticed there was a good forecast, but then it dropped a little bit. But it's not too bad. But come around Christmas, it's going to get cold, and you know. So I said, hey, can you at least put the anchors in, get them tied down, you know, and stuff, and then, you know, each day this week, you know, you get home or whatever, do a little something. We could even have your brother come over on his day off. We think is like Tuesday or something, and help you finish out. And I'll be danged if he didn't go out there and did the whole thing, even though he was cold and complaining about the cold, because he also did decorations today. So decorations, and he covered the pond and everything, and all without me asking. I mean, it's, you know, you don't even, well, as far as the pond, I just reminded him. But you know, without demanding anything, he said, hey, Dad, I'll take care of it. Don't worry about it. You know, get some rest. You know,
that's what kids are for.
Yeah, that's
what kids are for.
No, but like, come on. But
my other boy like, told me the same thing too. Get some rest, Dad. Get some day.
If you have like parents that have taken care of you for a long time, for usually at least 18 years, like covering a pond is a small thing to do, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
and
remember, your kids are the one that get to pick your nursing home, so be nice.
Right. Never know where you're gonna. And that's what I said. I mean, that's the other side of the coin. You know, you live to an age, you know, that you think you know you want to be an old person, and then you got to deal with all the other things. You know, being put in a home, not being able to take care of yourself. All those kind of things too are another part of life that I really don't want to deal with. And you know, if it has to hit me, I hope it hits me without taking too long of a time, because I would rather go quickly than, you know, over a long period of time, because that's sad too, you know. So
yep.
What are you gonna hope for? You know, either way, you know what I mean. So what you can do is you can hope that you're not in a lot of pain. It's the main thing. And that you do, you know, your family loves you, and your friends and your neighbors and everybody else stops by and wishes you all the best, even if in the back of those words they know that you're not going to be around long or anything else. It still means a lot. And with me, who knows? I mean, the doctors can't even tell me if I'm going to be here tomorrow or next week. They make plans for me to come and see them months in advance, which is always, well, they must want their money, so
they think I'm going to be here till then.
Yeah, they think I'm going to be here. So, but am I going to be here? Well, who knows? You know, they don't know, and they're the first ones to tell you they don't know. So,
right,
I can only hope for the best as far as the modern things that have come out and the modern way I'm being treated versus the old days. And that's another thing that bothers me when anybody brings up the old days. It's like, you mean when they gave you a cancer diagnosis and they told you to go home? Excuse me.
Wait it out.
Go home and write your will, right?
Go home and say goodbye to your family. Yeah.
And now it's, hey, you could be around for years or more. It could go into remission. You know, you get all kind of good news. Then you also get the bad news of could be gone tomorrow. You might not wake up. So
cancer research has just advanced so much with the imaging abilities and just the different treatments and stuff that are out there. And there's tons of experimental treatments that have not yet, you know, been approved and all that. So the research and the advancements there, I mean, you really see a huge difference. Just even if you look back just a few years ago.
Yeah.
And, you know, I have everything on my side. You know, I'm still fairly young, even though I say I'm old. 60 is still fairly young. I mean, you've got a lot of people that are they're in their 80s before they get a diagnosis. And then there's,
You're trying
like
to catch Mike.
Yeah, I know. There could have been no notice at all. You know, I could have just been found slumped over. Luckily, I got a sort of a warning, right? Well, a lot of people, including Robin and stuff, thought I was, I fell off the roof or something, because here all I was talking about was being on a roof, and then everybody heard I was in ICU. And it's like, wait a minute, Dave was on the roof, and now he's in ICU. That doesn't sound good, right? And here it turned out that what hit me was in my own kitchen, not holding anything sharp or falling on anything sharp or any of the bad things that could happen, nor was I just, went to bed and it just hit me when I was in bed, and they found me in the morning, and then nobody would have known, not even my wife would have known what happened. So, and you count your blessings, so to speak, that, I got a forewarning that the doctor said, oh yeah, this ain't good, I'm gonna fix you up. And he bought me some more time, even if the surgery he did doesn't ultimately cure me or fight off this thing into remission or anything, that at least he gave me this time where could have been, the first couple of days in September or during the summer. And here it's already almost Christmas time. So I have to accept that, hey, thanks for giving me Christmas time. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I might not have had that.
The quality of life means something. Because we don't, accept gods and magical things of immortality and all that stuff, the time that we have here is what matters to us. And, whatever no matter what it is that you root your goals in or your aspirations for that time, you still have, you still have just that time to make the best of. And it's good to have a good quality of life, and treatment, may be able to provide you that, while you're thinking about those things.
Just wish they'd calm my stomach down. That's all, brother.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that an upset stomach sucks. Okay.
No doubt.
I know a lot of things suck, but an upset stomach really sucks. And that's one thing I wish they'd work. And yes, Tilting Windmill wants to know about my roof. I've got most of a roof. Mostly what they've got to do is finish up the front of the house, but everything in the back, including the garage, the overhang, etc., is all new roof, is all new wood, all new underlayments, all new ice and water shields. We did it right. And well, the boys did it right. I was mostly supervising, but I had everything bought, and I said, hey, if you don't know how to use something, just ask. I showed them how to use the air tools, how to unclog the air tool when it's plugged up, when there's half a nail stuck in there and everything. But yeah, my boys listened to me. There was a few rough spots because they didn't know what they were doing. But I told them, hey, no big deal. Just pull that off of there. Put this piece back down. We're good to go, And the only part that I'm not doing myself is going to be the gutters, which I don't have to worry about because I'm not doing it myself. And I wanted the seamless job done, without any pieces. So I'm going to let somebody else do it. And gutters aren't the mainstay problem as far as financing goes. The roof, I learned doing a roof is almost all labor. So if you can do it yourself or have somebody do it for you, you're going to come out ahead. Even with buying tools and extras, I still came out way ahead of what I would have done paying somebody. In fact, tens of thousands of dollars could have been spent paying somebody. So
it's
my son had, borrowed a couple bucks, and I told him, hey, don't worry about paying me back, right? I would have paid a lot more to a contractor. And my other boy, I said, hey, you need anything, you let me know. He's talking about getting another car or something. And he's got a bunch of money in the bank. Good for him. And but I told him, hey, you need a hand or anything, you let me know. Don't worry about the cost or anything, because it's
getting all that heavy stuff on the roof is hard.
It is. That's one of the tough things. Watching those rungs on the ladder go like this, they're carrying some weight. So
I've labored for roofers. It completely sucks.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
I used to frame houses too, so I've done a lot of that too. So yeah,
when you hear the boom booms, they're not hammering because I bought air nailers. It's carrying up packs of shingles that are going boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Well,
I used to carry 2 of those at a time up a ladder, and it was a job.
Yeah, that's carrying another person.
Yeah, every bit of it. It's 100. I think they're like 50, 60 pounds each. Like
the big ones are 90.
Big 90. Oh, okay. Yeah. So yeah,
depending on the size you get, but if you get the big ones, they're 90 pounds.
I'm sure that's what the contractors were using. I mean, like
probably.
Yeah, and then even like if you're on a roof, you're constantly on sloped surface. That
using other muscles.
So that adds so much strain to your body. Like
I fell off a roof.
Dude, don't do that.
I got a buddy that fell off a couple of times.
I fell off a roof when we were framing a house down in Lexington, Kentucky.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's tough then, especially walking on framing and stuff. That's tough. Mm. But go ahead.
You get like so like walking across open floor joists and stuff like that, rafters and things. You get the routine or the almost the rhythm down of how to walk across those without even paying attention to what you're doing. But I mean, obviously you're walking through all that open area, accidents happen. I fell through the floor into the basement before too.
Well, when I did cable, we had a guy who went right through the roof.
Yeah.
It happens no matter if you do it every day and it's your career.
Yep.
Whoops. All you have to do is miss once out of how many steps. Yep.
Yeah. Or if somebody calls you out while you're walking and like you're like, what? That's all it takes. That's all it takes. Like like as an electrician, I've been on roofs as well. Like when there's still nothing on there, putting cables between that. Like that. I
don't have a lot of slope, so I didn't worry about that. But I told them, be careful whenever you're near the edges because that's where you can lose it so easy. Most of my roof, you can fall down and you'll be fine. I don't have a big slope on mine. But when you're near the edge, you got to be extra cautious because you don't have that step in front of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's nowhere else to go.
There's nowhere else to go, right?
Yeah.
So that was the main thing is once they got past the first couple of rows, I wasn't worried as much. But when they were working near the edge, that bothered me.
Because it bothers
sloped,
me. If you fall down, you're falling down, not up. So because it's sloped, you're always in a bad spot when you're near the edge.
That's why I told them always stay back on your butt too, because you fall back on your butt, it's not a big deal. You fall head first, you're screwed for the next 10 feet. Provided it's only just one story. Yeah.
You can roof a house without like having to ever be right on the edge standing. Now, when you're taking the old shingles off and stuff, there's like, you might end up doing that some. I mean, but you're experienced doing it usually, not always.
Just take your time. Yeah.
Yeah. You just, but whenever you're actually putting the roof on, most of that's just like crawling around. I mean, you're
it's not a hard job. It's not a hard job. If it was on the ground,
it's tedious.
But it's hauling the stuff up and down the ladder, going up and down the ladder.
Safe. It's not a difficult job.
Okay.
Right.
But physically,
but then again, when you've got one of those,
something like that is like I've never done that. Like we don't have roofs like you guys have there, but like I know what work is. Like
and some of those slopes are almost straight up and down. Yeah. When you've got that pitch like that, it's really tough.
It may not be difficult, but like, damn, it's gonna take. When you get home, you can sleep. Let's put it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to labor for a bricklayer too. That's a tough one.
Hey, when I did cable, I was tired. Every day I came home, I took a nap in the chair. From up and down the ladder, up and down the ladder. Takes a lot out of you. Going in people's attics and people's crawl spaces, and that's without, being a carpenter or anything. And it's
before I started doing
from there.
Before I started doing this, I was cutting 400 yards. We had 400 accounts that I was working and doing, the lawn care and landscaping for 400 accounts. So I was working like 7 days a week, 7 days a week. And who knows how many hours, like 70, 80 hours every single week.
You're tired when you're young and you fall asleep in the chair.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not an old person. You're young and you're falling asleep in the chair. You've climbed a lot of ladders.
If I wasn't driving the truck, I would always be falling asleep by the end of the day wherever I was sitting in the truck. But usually I drove for that reason. But yeah.
Well, hey guys, we're gonna rule this one. This is yet another guy that didn't stay awake in science class, and didn't stay awake in theology class, and surely didn't stay awake during Hawaiian Shirt Day, because he's citing Hovind as a great doctor and Ron Wyatt as a great man of science, the archaeologist he was. I'm not dissing being an anesthetologist, something like that. The guy that puts you to sleep.
Anesthetist.
Anesthetist. That's a toughie.
It is.
As far as being an archaeologist, though, he wasn't. So why he dishonored his career, I don't know. I enjoyed listening to this guy, everything he says. And the only thing I didn't enjoy was his words about the Bible on certain groups of people and stuff. And he's another one that takes the Bible way too literally, badmouths everyone, and forgets about the plank in his own eye. And that would include his bad hair. And we're going to scratch this guy. Yeah, we're going to scratch this guy as another one for Saturday night at the Atheist that didn't know what the heck he was talking about. And before we head out, Brainless, you do have something going on tomorrow. Tell us about Commander.
Yeah, Commander is doing a stream UFO conspiracy debunked live.
All right.
So
there's the link.
Bring your tinfoil.
Bring your own tinfoil.
And usually we see Brainless over with Slim, but Slim hasn't been putting out content lately, which is understandable, and that's fine. Not everybody can or will or does, but we hope we can at least get Slim by here one of these evenings and say howdy like he did before.
Yes, sometimes I can get
everybody.
Sometimes when I'm seeing him online on a Saturday, and I poke him, sometimes I can get him to pop in here.
Yeah, always let him know.
Not always.
He's always welcome to stop by. Joe, what you got going on this week?
I got lots of stuff happening. Me and the wonderful Robin Webster will do my political show Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern. I will be on Kelly King's channel Thursday, or the 12th, whatever day that is. That might be Friday, actually. And I will be doing my own show Saturday. I have an author coming on who wrote a book on the topic of mythicism, and we're going to give away a couple books and talk with him. So I've got lots of great stuff coming up.
Joe's link is in the chat.
The Kentucky Atheist. If you're not there, you're missing out.
Yeah, the 12th is Friday.
Cool.
Friday the 13th falls on Saturday, so you don't have to worry this month.
Yeah.
I've got everything in my calendar, so I know what days I got to go to the doctor, and I'm always peeking around the corner to see what the doctor has.
Friday the 13th will never fall on a Saturday.
Yeah, I know. Luckily. And I will be here, as far as I know, next Saturday. I may be on during the week. Depends how I feel. If I'm tired, sorry, folks, but I'm taking a nap because I am that tired. Right now, I've had to turn the camera off a couple of times because I was yawning. I mean, it's tough. It's tough being this tired. I'm not used to it. I'm used to staying up all night and being tired, but I'm not used to being so tired that I cannot stay up. So, and Joe, of course, I mean no offense that I fell asleep during your stream. I tune in whenever possible, and lately though,
there's a
I've been
recording of me
nodding off.
snoring during yours. What are you talking about, man?
That's true. That's true. But make sure you go ahead.
One other thing, if you come over and watch my show with the author and the books, I'll send everybody here. I try to do that every week, so you can catch both of us, next Saturday.
And I appreciate you, Joe. Thank you very much for sending folks over here. And they do say, "Hey, we were over at Joe's," and I appreciate everybody coming over.
I tell them to tell you. Yeah.
As far as that, thanks to everybody. I will be here next Saturday, as far as I know. As far as stuff during the week or for the Grassman, I'm working on it. I've got a Grassman story about ready. I just haven't felt like putting it all together and doing the show. As soon as I get a good night's sleep, though, I'd love to catch up on stuff. Member streams, I haven't forgot about you, members. I will do a member stream as soon as I feel up to it, too. And I will say thank you repeatedly to all my channel members. And I have quite a few, and I've got some more tonight. And before we go, I wanted to say thanks to Tilting Windmill, Stop the Stupidity, Ryan Murphy, The Brainless, Mark Reed, Fred Harvey, The Mighty Filbert, the Detroit Atheist Queen, which is Kelly. And we can hit Kelly a couple times for being a member and gifting memberships and super chatting and everything else tonight. Thank you very much. As well as Tori being around for 6 months. Thank you very much. And let me scroll down here. And Jasper, who gifted. I don't think I hit Jasper, did I? Did I see Jasper?
Well, no, because that just happened.
Okay. Well, then we're gonna put down Jasper, and we're gonna give Jasper the final word of the night. And you know what that word is around here?
Bigfoot stomps. Yeah. Bigfoot stomps. Through the dark, through the swamp, he says you rock, he says you roll. Bigfoot stomps on your soul. Bigfoot stomps on your soul.
And that went out to Jedi. Thank you very much, Jasper, for the Captive Desk membership. You rock, and thanks for supporting the channel. Yeah. Make sure I got all the ones. Okay, that's the last one. Everybody,
well, stick around at the end,
live.
Dave, because we want to stick around at the end because I want to find out when we can do this Ron Wyatt thing.
Okay, and with that. I will hit the outro, and I will hang out and talk with Joe. And I got a message from Fabio. Says, hold on a second. Fabio says, updates on Simos next Monday on the F1 podcast. So if you want to be updated on what Simos' condition is, make sure you join them on Monday on Simos' channel. And they will give us an update on how Simos is doing. And thank you, Simos. I know being in the hospital is very busy. You don't feel like talking with people on the phone. Then don't talk to people on the phone. But thanks for sending me the message and letting me know everything was all right, because we were worried about you. You are part of our family here. And we just wanted to know that you were still above ground, and you are. So that's good to hear. And with that, I'm going to hit my outro, and we will see you all next time.
See ya.
Without a sound, history speaks in tales of lore, knocking at the captive desk's door. Oh, legends live within these walls, silent echoes in the hall. Silent echoes in the halls, books and stories on the floor. Looking at the captive text, nerves are wide, hearts are keen, pages turn.